हेलो एचएस जी भाई, क्या हाल है? क्या हाल है भाई? हुआ स्टार्ट फाइनली? अरे सॉरी यार, थोड़ा सा लेट हो गया ना, मैं टॉयलेट गया था। इधर जाने करी।
You're here, finally.
आपका कितना सेव हुआ? हवाई से अभी तक 2000 ही सेव हुआ है।
Is Monsieur Durvalette and Lady Like I said, I've already explained everything.
And yet the problem, it is not mine. Look at this.
मेरा 2 फुल सेव हो गया। वाह, एंड 70 की पीटी।
You mean they're all...
We did not arrive in time to avert this disaster, and I will not have it happen again. I will say this once more. You must tell me everything you know. Yesterday, I found 3 stone slates in some ancient ruins
Hi,
near
you know why?
Poisson.
Welcome to stream.
Do you know
Seriously? You're questioning me like this is a court case now. But...
That's correct. The second of these...
I don't.
I'll ask you again. My decipher...
All gods don't have the same secret. I understand your concern.
Forgive me for saying this now, lady. There are several... This is not strange. You have
But
never
PS
been as
नहीं खेल रहा हूँ।
superficial as you have presented.
बाद में ना बोलना PS में नहीं खेलना।
Well, since you... There's no point questioning or suspecting me.
Hi Ram bhai,
You're the
welcome to
eunuchs,
stream
but
bhai.
just trust in me. That's all I have to say. We do not... Oh!
जो लाइक कर दिया।
Did Furina not notice us?
I assume
Come on
you've
guys,
been
3 लोग
outside
देख
for
रहे
a
हो, 3
while
लाइक हो
now.
जाए।
Oh!
She was in a great panic, though I cannot discern the reason. Our discussion reached impasses
बस
time
बढ़िया
and
राम भाई,
again.
आप कैसे हो?
A state of affairs that we cannot allow to
आवाज
continue.
वगैरह प्रॉपर है ना गाइस?
Still, I do not understand. Everyone in her... We may have to...
Oh?
Normally, people...
But...
We will need to consider... If at all possible. This may be cruel to her, but... But who will...
दिखाई दे रहा है noob गेम प्ले। अब तेरी तो
Well, that's... Speaking of which, it was pretty smart of you to think of hiding here.
Poisson was just involved.
And here you are
Big
drinking...
Banner
That's
Tuesday
what
को आने
family
वाला।
should
हाँ,
do.
Tuesday
It's
को
nice
आएगा।
to enjoy tea here, you know.
17 तारीख।
Careful.
Lend me your ears, everyone. Or perhaps one of you might like to start us off. How about you, friend?
Me?
Then, how about you?
I fear that I will cause the mood on this boat to become...
Well then, I guess we're lucky we've got a local like me to organize things.
That was a little long-winded, don't...
Oh, you might be right. Anyway, to cut to... As for what that is, well, let's start by saying that we'll be...
Oh, how intriguing.
Well, it's...
Huh? Didn't you say that...
Oh, come now. Your
Giveaway,
work doesn't
yes,
involve
कल रात
much
को giveaway
public
होगा।
speaking, right? This is a...
I see.
He is glad that you...
In that case, do any of you have experience...
Not that I recall.
Fremine and I once used a wooden stick in a basket to catch wild rabbits when we were younger. As for Lynette, Oh, right. You were sick that day, weren't you?
I've also gone diving to catch some fish before. Does that count?
I'm afraid not. You may or may not have heard, but Fontaine once played host to a group known as the Marechaussee Hunters. Though that was their name, they did not hunt animals, but rather various monsters left behind by the ancient dynasty of King Remus. Today, Fontaine's monster population has already thinned greatly, so the hunters have blended back into society, taking up arms in other lines of work. They even left a unique methodology of hunting in their wake. A trap comprises of the following components: bait, a trigger, and a containment device. Sometimes a lethal implement will also be necessary to deal with the prey. So, if we were to build a trap together, right now, what would you choose to build it with?
आर्कन क्वेस्ट है हाँ आर्कन क्वेस्ट ये लास्ट ये अच्छा वाला है ये अच्छा एक्ट है इसका स्किप कर स्किप करके कह रहे खाली लास्ट का पार्ट देखेंगे इसका लास्ट का पार्ट बहुत अच्छा
With discretion.
गर्मी बहुत है हाँ गर्मी तो बहुत है
I did.
एचएसडी भाई
What about you, Monsieur Neuvillette?
I feel
That makes sense. But I do have one more question for you, Monsieur. If we were to
हाँ
create,
मेन स्टोरी का इंतजार कर रहा हूँ मैं भी यूनो भाई
if we wanted to kill the prey in one strike, we would need a powerful implement. However, that also
Wait.
only a hunter.
if our means of capturing and dealing with our prey is to put them up, but we shall require much more courage.
Oh.
किधर जाना है मेरे को किधर जाना है किधर से जाना है मेरे को नहीं पता तो घंटा मेरे को ऐसे नहीं जाना है को अरे मैप इसमें ये सिस्टम में मैं वेदरिंग में समझ के रखा हुआ कितना दूर है अराउंड सबसे पावरफुल एम्बर ना रे आप कर रहे हो ना स्क्रिक पुल हाँ भाई कर तो रहे स्क्रिक पुल देखो मिल जाए प्रीमोस कौन कौन स्क्रिक पुल कर रहा है सबसे पहले एचएसजी भाई करेंगे उसके बाद यूनो भाई करेंगे देखना डैमेज देख के सब पुल करने वाले जो जो ना बोल रहे स्क्रिक का इंतजार तो बहुत लोग कर रहे थे पहले से टोटली स्किप अरे चल डिट्टा
It's been a tough few days. Paimon thought they'd be at least a little frightened. Well, Fremine was, now that Paimon... it's hard to say. After all, you're the most reliable person in the world, aren't you? Did you just pour some tea? Paimon didn't notice you doing that at all. Then what's that?
मैं माविका गेम शुरू करने से पहले से निकालने की सोच
Don't
लिया
be
था
frightened.
अच्छा माविका
I'm
मैं
just
फुल
joining.
करूंगा अरे देख लेना तुम लोग की सबके रंग बदल जाएंगे जैसे इसका
You're
गेम
feeling
प्ले आएगा
lost.
डैमेज
Consider me
आएगा
the prophecy.
सपोर्ट कैरेक्टर होगा तभी ज्यादा डैमेज मिलेगा
I believe you
अरे
have witnessed
हाँ
a
हाय
failed
ओम भाई
attempt
वेलकम
with
टू
your
स्ट्रीम
own
भाई
eyes. Ah, just as prophecy. Are the
इसको भी
things
साथ में चाहिए तो ज्यादा डैमेज मिलेगा वैसे भी तुम बेल्ट में यूज करने की कोशिश करोगे तो क्या
I
पता
believe that
देखते
you
हैं फ्री स्ट्रीम में
understand
तो
right
उसको
ultimately.
फ्री स्ट्रीम में तो 100% डैमेज
Voice.
देने वाली हो स्क्रिक चाहिए ही होगी तो अल्ट में निकाल लूंगा
Hey, it's you,
Well, I see I've walked in on some lively band.
Mona!
Fine, not all Fontaine. Why, yeah, I'm in full.
That's right!
Ah, yes. About what we had
कुछ भी नहीं
discussed
हो।
before, huh?
F2P है HSG F2P है
Goodness gracious.
She said that even...
The Hex and Circle members are certainly anything but ordinary, but
तो
I've never
नोटिफिकेशन
met
आया
her.
ना सबको भाई
Their abilities alone.
Well, it's not like Paimon
लोग
could
जो
understand anything she said.
मर्जी बोले मैं तो निकाल
Yes,
लूंगा
she was
स्क्रिक
quite
उसका
cryptic,
सपोर्ट
but
बाद में निकाल
I
लूंगा
suspect
वही
she
तो मैं भी बोल रहा हूँ
perhaps it
उसने
is
40 की पेटी है एंड लिए का आर्कन को शुरू भी नहीं किया हाँ तो हो
Traveler.
जाएगा आराम से निकाल
Oh,
देगा
we're...
I see. I guess you could consider me someone who had, but even so, perhaps that's what N was trying to tell you. I did originally.
Huh. You do have a point.
There, it was worth trying to come. I suppose that might.
Paimon feels kind of moved by what Mona said,
मैं F2P की
but
दुकान
also kind of sad
वाला
too.
450
Hey,
का
traveler,
रिडीम कोड नहीं
Paimon
बन
suddenly feels like going outside.
तेरी तो
Let's walk around the city, shall we?
F2P की
There's a few
दुकान
spots we
भाई
always like to walk by.
डायलॉग सुन रहे हैं उसका F2P की दुकान भाई हाँ अरे मेरे को इसको बटन चेंज करना है थोड़ा सा मेरे को जैक आए मेरे को बताए कैसा चेंज करना है उसको करेंगे मैं बहुत ऊपर जाऊँ सीधा ऊपर जाऊँ बहुत मैं सीधा ऊपर जाऊँ टेक्नोलॉजिया में सुनने में आया। मैंने फेरी टेल तो कब से देखने लग गई। 50 रुपये मेरे को गूगल सर्वे करके मिल गया। अरे अब वो तो बंद हो गया ना, अब नहीं आता ना गूगल
The
सर्वे।
underwater. My
आई एम
recent
फुल
attempts to
एक्टिविटी
enter
हूँ
the fortress
100%।
bore
वाह
little
भाई
fruit.
वाह। जब स्क्रीन टेस्टिंग
Charlotte
करते
still hasn't
हैं
given
ना
up on that.
कैरेक्टर को तो 4 स्टार मिलता है सपोर्ट
Plus,
के
did
लिए,
an
तो
Outlander
उसमें भी
friend become
मिलेगा
the focus
पोस्टर।
of this
हाँ
report?
भाई ये
So
तो
while
है,
the fortress is in
उसमें ही
journalist
जो
Charlotte,
नहीं निकालना चाहते वो उसमें
Charlotte,
निकाल
he
के देख
hasn't been
लेंगे।
able to get a hold of anything at the fortress. Seriously?
सीरियसली किधर जाना है मेरे को? ज्यादा दूर नहीं जाना है। मेरे में आता है, आज आया था, अबे मेरे में नहीं आता, अब बंद हो गया। पहले मैं भी वैसे ही करता था। हाय डिलुक भाई, वेलकम टू स्ट्रीम भाई। सॉरी किनीज भाई, वेलकम टू स्ट्रीम। किनीज बोलूंगा यार। बैठे हो 4 लोग, दिखा रहा मेरे को 3 की जो की वॉचिंग। क्या है भाई ये, क्यों है ये, क्या खबर है? गाना बदल गया तो।
Hey, quick! Look! That's
क्विक
the
लुक।
limited edition, only 16 slices a day cake!
साला भुक्कड़ को केक दिख रहा लिमिटेड एडिशन का। वाह भाई। अरे वेट को डिलुक कर दूंगा मैं। अच्छा है 14 डेज का टाइम रहता है ना चेंज करने का। वाटी का स्किल इशू। अच्छा मेरी आईडी पर लिए स्टैचू ऑफ 710 लेवल 7 10 कर दो। 9 है तेरी तो 9 है 10 कर दो। वाह 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 वाह,
One
बहुत
slice
बढ़िया।
of cake,
तो
please.
मैं लॉगिन कैसे करूँ
Someone
ये
showed up
बताओ।
after. Oh,
पीएस में खेल रहा हूँ,
you're the
पीएस
one
में
from
वन
the
टाइम वन आईडी।
California.
Oh, are you here to buy cake too?
Wait,
That's right.
do you come here often?
Usually every day.
Every day?
मेरा
It's part
इनाजुमा
of my
का
daily
लेवल
schedule,
6 कर
apart from
दिया है
work.
मैंने
I
कल।
shall have
ये
my cake
परसों
and
9
coffee.
या 10 कर दूंगा।
Uh,
बहुत बढ़िया, मुझे भी मिल रहा है।
then what if someone told you one day that this place would be closing soon and you wouldn't get
अच्छा
to eat
तुझे नहीं
cake
मिल
here
रहा है तो
anymore?
ठीक है ना,
But
कर
why
लेंगे
would
कर
it-
देंगे।
well,
टेंशन नहीं, 10
Oh,
कर
the
दूंगा।
No. It,
ओके ठीक है, लाइव रहोगे आप? हाँ मैं लाइव हूँ, मैं लाइव
don't
हूँ।
be sad. Excuse me, could I have these 2 slices?
कब
Are
तक
for
लाइव
you.
रहोगे आप?
Oh,
मैं
you know
लाइव
C3?
रहूंगा
I sure do.
1-1.5 बजे तक।
She said that I've got something else to do, so
Monster
I'll be going
and
now.
का 10
You
है।
do.
देख रहा है HSG को, देख यू नो।
And there she goes. All right, let's dig in. It's more delicious than lamb. Sure would be nice if we could always eat
यू नो इनएक्टिव मैप, ये गाइड वीडियो देखकर कर ले। हम अभी कल कर लीजिएगा, कल रिसेट होगा। कल रात को रिसेट होगा ना, कल मैं अभी करूंगा पूरा। कल मेरे को मेन अकाउंट में भी करना है, ये अकाउंट में भी करना है, तो कल मेन अकाउंट में तो कर ही लूंगा 100%। कल 100% मेन अकाउंट में अभी करूंगा बैठ के।
Oh, we're near the Steambird office. Let's go look for Charlotte
मेरा
and have
बहुत
a
9 है।
chat.
कहाँ जाना है? घंटा गायब भी हो गया है भाई, किधर जाना है बे? अरे ये साला ना, ऐसा इसमें क्वेस्ट कैसा खुलता है? और कौन क्वेस्ट कैसा देखने का? क्वेस्ट ओके, ये तो इसका। अरे फिर गया लगता है यार। टीम गो टू द स्टीमबर्ड। ओके ठीक है, पर ये भाई स्टीमबर्ड इंटरव्यू बाकी है। इंटरव्यू देना है स्टीमबर्ड को। कल अभी रिसेट होगा। हाँ कल रात को रिसेट होगा, तो कल ही मैं करूँगा गाइस। कल मेरे को पूरा करना है उसको अभी को, तो कल अभी का स्ट्रीम होगा। कल मजे करना दोस्तों, कल पिटाई होगी फुल मेरी। मैक्स 1 आवर लगेगा, नहीं रे 1 घंटे से ज़्यादा लगेगा चेसी भाई। अच्छा नेटलैंड का शायद मेरा 7 या 8 है, कितना तक होगा? 8 तक का ही होगा लास्ट तो। बेटा थोड़ा पानी दो ना मेरे को। साला 3 ही हुआ अभी तक। ए भगवान कितना गंदा है ये। आम सेहत के लिए हानिकारक है। हैं? कौन बोला भाई? कौन बोला आम सेहत के लिए हानिकारक है? और तुमको कैसा पता है मैं आम खाने जा रहा हूँ कमीनो? अंदर से झांक रहे क्या? कैसे पता चला?
Wow! If it isn't the traveler and Paimon! Have you
जीभ
seen
कट
the article
गया
I wrote
मेरा
about you?
उसके बीच में काटा
You got some nerve!
निकल
Let's
गया
use that to make
खाते
some
वक्त।
quick
अरे
work.
ऐसा कौन खाता है? हानिकारक है तब भी खाऊंगा मैं।
Oh, you
मैं अब भी
didn't
जस्ट
work
खाने जा रहा हूँ भाई,
Really?
जस्ट अभी काट रहे बस खाने जा रहा हूँ।
Oh, Paimon!
Still, what bring?
A friend of ours met.
Ah, so you know Miss Mona as well. She's a guest columnist for our paper. Really good one, too. She's so young and already such a brilliant astrologist.
मेरा अम्बे
So
आ
she
गया,
mentioned me?
मैंगो
What did she
मैंगो
say?
आ
She
गया।
said that you're
अच्छा
a
आपके
real
घर
good
के
traveler of
बाहर
a journalist.
सीसीटीवी फिट करवाया है। हाँ भाई डाउट हो रहा है मेरे को भी।
In which case, can this daredevil journalist dare to request an exclusive interview with the legendary traveler and Paimon?
नहीं अभी खाया नहीं, दो
So
मेरे
your
को पानी
article in the paper today doesn't count?
Oh, of course it
घर
doesn't.
के अंदर भी
That was
करवा
more
दो।
like
पागल
live
है क्या?
photography. What I'd like to do is dive deeper.
Yeah. Are we even qualified enough?
Why not?
Oh, in that case, we'll just chat.
लाइक
when
कर
you
दो
have the
गाइस,
time then.
जिसने लाइक नहीं किया लाइक कर दो। और अकाउंट
so
रिव्यू
that's a yes?
थोड़ी देर में स्टार्ट होगा, पहले ही कर लूँ थोड़ा सा।
I'll tell the editor-in-chief immediately. I'll have to apply for lighting, a venue, some props, and... Whew, so much to get done now. Talk to you later.
Wait, Charlotte.
टीचर
Paimon's still got
का
a question
सेटअप
for you.
देखेंगे। टीचर का सेटअप देखोगे? वाह
And
भाई
what's
वाह।
that?
If,
वो
just for
बेकार एक छोटा सा
example,
टेबल उस पे पीसी
Fontaine
उस
were
पे
to be flooded tomorrow, what would you do today?
Huh. That's the prophecy you're talking about, isn't it? I mean, I do hear about it often, but I've never once thought that the day could be tomorrow. If you're seriously asking, then I might try and think of a way to leave Fontaine. Oh, but I'm still a journalist, first and foremost. That means I have a duty to be reporting from the scene. And secondly, from what I've seen, so in all
काम खाओ तो
likelihood,
मतलब कि तेरी
I'd
बातें सुनो।
probably
भाग
still be...
अंदर।
Just think about it.
अब
If this...
ले ले ले
And do you know
बहुत
what
पका
I'd
रही
do?
हो।
Well, I'd write... I'm not a dreamer, but anyway...
बहुत पका रही थी
That's
भाई।
so nice. All of a sudden, Paimon actually kinda envies her. Anyway, let's go and take a look
भाई
at
मजा आ
the
रहा
sea,
है
shall we?
आम खा के।
The sea breeze and scenery can be a pretty soothing combo, huh? Paimon's been thinking, if it wasn't Fontaine, but all of Tevat that would be destroyed tomorrow, where would we go and what would we do? No, Paimon should ask, if you could choose, what would you like to do? We've always been moving to the next... You mean, still Huh.
चार्लट से राजा रानी मारिए भैया। अरे नहीं मारते भाई, बहुत मारते उन लोग। क्या बात है? बोलिंग में तो अच्छा लग रहा है। आज गेंशिन की स्ट्रीम नहीं किया था ना, इसलिए गेंशिन चालू किया दोस्तों।
It'll grow mold if you stay here long enough. But it's still better than the Fortress of Mirapede, that's for sure.
चार्लट
Not
हिलर या
only
बफर।
damp there, but salt.
मैं मेरे को
So
पता
the
नहीं
two
चला,
of
मैं
you
खेला
are
नहीं
still
आज तक।
here.
Oh, you're from the
Now you
Pele
look like
Marmonia, aren't you?
Yes, I'm Isadora. Not at all. I'm well aware that you're friends of his. Actually, I'm here to pass along a message from him. Yes, inside the Opera House. The Marechaussee Phantom has declared the incident a small-scale riot.
A riot?
Well, that said, I don't personally think it was that serious. Lady Furina was watching a performance at the Opera House, and while she was resting during an intermission, some other audience members suddenly started harassing her, loudly accusing her of doing nothing about the prophecy crisis. And before she could respond, others started to join in. The crowd continued to grow, and protests against the Hydro Archon started to...
So people have started to put the blame on Furina. Guess they finally found an outlet for the pressure they've been under
अब
due to
इसको
the
आने के बाद इसकी
prophecy.
वैल्यू गिर गई गिर तो
I
गई है
agree.
So what happened after?
Seeing that the
इसको आने के बाद इसकी
Marechaussee
वैल्यू गिर
Phantom
गई है
had their...
स्क्रिक आने के बाद आया का
That's
गिर जाएगी
right. That said, I don't think they're good.
Don't worry.
पर
Is
यूला
that-
जैसी कोई नहीं पहली क्रायो कैरेक्टर है जो फिजिकल
Well, sounds like we should hurry over to Poisson then. If we know Furina, and as we... When Nervalet was... It would be hard for her to ignore being accused by the public today. Paimon thinks Furina's probably taken the opportunity to... Huh. Well, what do you... In that case, there's...
बहुत पका रहे रे बाहर जाएगा क्या कुछ नहीं आ रहेगा बाहर जाओ गया तेल लेने फिर से खत्म हो गया क्या क्वेस्ट फिर से कहीं अटका क्वेस्ट अरे ये बार बार क्वेस्ट का ना फिर कहाँ अटका भाई कौन अटकाया फाउंटेन का तो चल तो रहा है नेविगेट हो भाई
This place looks deserted.
वारियों से ओला ओला
So the survivors must
ओला
have
तो अलग
evacuated
लीग है
already.
ओला भाई
Left
ओला
here are signs of devastation.
तुम लोग को क्रायो नहीं चाहिए अरे मेरे को किसी की सपोर्ट नहीं है बोले वो
Let's try to find her
फिजिकल
as
मार
soon as
लूंगी
possible.
वो मारती भी है देख रहे हो भाई मैं घूम के जा रहा हूँ उधर से जंप मार के जा सकता था मैं इतना घूम के आया वाह शाबाशी दो मेरे को गाइस जिला के लिए एक फिजिकल डैमेज बढ़ाने वाला कैरेक्टर निकालना
It's
पड़ेगा
Furina, right over there. She really is here all on her own.
मीका तो है मीका है
What was meant... I'm sorry.
उसको किसी की जरूरत नहीं है खाली एक साथ में इलेक्ट्रो रख लो बस हो
What can
गया
I even do?
Who's that?
Don't worry, Furina.
Who did that uncivil? They even dare to. Oh, and I'm sure.
Hey, there she is! The Hydro Archon's over there! Quick, after!
क्यों पकड़ रहे क्या उसको मैं भूल गया
Furina, those people seem to be after you.
They are.
क्या क्या बोल रही भाई मीका को याद रखता है अबे ये बात तो सही मीका को कोई याद ही नहीं रखा कब आया वो कैरेक्टर में पता भी नहीं चला जैसे ऑला ही आई थी बीच में सुपर कंडक्ट डायरेक्शन बफ भी हुआ है डैमेज इंक्रीज हुआ होगा यूला का हाँ यूला का सुपर कंडक्ट के साथ बहुत अच्छा डैमेज देती है वो बफर हो रहा है क्या गाइस मुझे बताना अगर बफर हो रहा है तो बोलो यार आज लगता फिर नेट खराब हुआ है तो एक बार चेक करो यार स्पीड
This should
नेट
be
की
the
फिर लगी
place,
क्या
right?
साला
Hey, Furina!
नहीं यार नेट तो चल रहा है
There's a good hiding spot over here.
अपलोड का चेक
Come to
कर
Paimon before the rest of them catch up to you.
नहीं सही चल रहा है नो बफर
What is this place?
साला मेरे को ही बफर दिख रहा है वाह
Here.
Fine,
हो गया
fine. I
यूट्यूब के
suppose
नशे
haste is warranted.
मेरे चैनल पे
Lead the
यूट्यूब के
way.
नशे वाह 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 डोरी अरे बाबा डोरी आया गया अपना समेरू की मोस्ट साली कंजूस है एक नंबर की
No, I mean, I'm near.
Yep, that.
कंजूस लालची डोरी ट्रू स्कैमर
what's
हाँ
happening?
तो वही स्कैमर है
Yeah.
वो
A quake of this kind preceded the flooding in Poisson, did it?
यार कैसे
can't
भाई
be.
वेलकम टू
Well,
स्ट्रीम
there's
यू
no
नो
need.
हाँ भाई हम नूबी है
The people of.
It's true. I've been investigating the prophecy for
scammer loli.
hundreds of years. I
Hi,
once had
Dory,
tried,
Dory बहुत
but
बेकार है भाई.
we cannot make
सवेरों
an
के
enemy of the divine.
लालची स्कैमर
Give
है.
indeed, fate, but just now. It all, as long as the... Don't worry. Well, that's enough for now. Don't take any...
Come on!
Share, that's impossible. A witness, and if to that...
PS अगर help me log in my account fix something wrong. अब भी क्या है मैं PS पे लॉगिन नहीं कर सकता ना. डोरी को नीवी के सामने डाल देने से सीधा उम्र के. हाँ भाई कैद जब केक के लिए साला जेल भेज सकता है. अरे ये खुल गया. इधर कैसे है रेडी कैम. वाह लिनी वाह बदला ले रहा है लिनी इसको इधर लाके.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes my opening performance. Now, without...
Do not forget, however, that...
May I interpret these words as your In that case, you will have the opportunity to defend your honor through a duel.
ना फ्लैट आर्कोन मत बोलना. फ्लैट का तुम
would
नाम
join
लेके
the blade against a
हटाओ का नाम खराब मत कर.
I see. It seems
Hi
like
Warlock,
you have
welcome to
made up
stream
your
भाई.
mind.
क्या हाल है वार्लॉक कैसा है भाई. ये बटन वाली सामने है भैया कोई कुछ नहीं
I can't
बोलेगा.
believe it. She just surrendered.
फ्लैट आर्कोन है वो हटाओ फ्लैट क्वीन है. अच्छा ऐसा बोलेगा.
Just see an Archon surrender
सुन
to
ले
a human?
वार्लॉक तू आ गया तो सुन ले.
How utterly humiliating.
Lady Furina, what is the meaning of this?
It would seem that there has...
Looking for
I raised my hands I'm sorry,
टीचर क्षत्रिय
everyone.
का वेपन भी
I
मिल
was
गया
unable
24.
to
मेरे
protect
को
the
एक
people
पुल
of
में मिला
Kasala.
भाई. मेरे को एक पुल में मिला
It
है.
is my
एक
duty to
पुल
stand
में
trial for my
एक
crimes.
सिंगल पुल में मंगता कल की
You are
स्ट्रीम
not
देख ले.
the only one.
बस क्षत्रिय पे हार गया मैं.
But now I, Furina,
एनकोर निकल
will
गई
use
मेरे को.
this
मैं हार गई
trial to
उससे.
show the work this time. Applaud, mark my words. This shall be one of the most exhilarating and
अभी उसको
brilliant
कंटिन्यू
shows
करूंगा रात
ever
में.
to grace the
आज इसके बाद
stage
उसको
of
कंटिन्यू करूंगा. उसके अंदर निकालना है भाई वो रानी को.
Why does it feel like Furina just...
मैं हार गया यार.
even
वरीना
though
निकल
she's
के
still
दिमाग
acting
खराब हो
super-
गया
All
मेरा.
right then. Who
The court asks the prosecutor to please take the stand.
थैंक यू योर ऑनर.
is that so? Very well.
वेपन लेके क्या
Then please
अच्छा डालोगे
speak,
बिना
witness to
कैरेक्टर के.
that.
हमें देखना गेम ने स्कैम कर दिया मेरे साथ. वो मैं दूंगा किसी को भी नहीं.
Also, please, just how much...
Well, we did
एक
do a lot
बोला
of
अरे
prep
चुप
after
हो
the
जा. हर
meeting
के भी
that
भाई
day.
जले बने
I can go over the
Navia.
Most of the people who participated in the disturbances, they changed into plain
तो
clothes
अच्छी वाला
and came to the
अच्छी
opera with
वेपन है.
people
हाँ
she sent
एचपी का
all
वेपन
over.
है भाई.
According so,
क्रिट
So
क्रिट
you
डैमेज
and
होता था
their
कुछ
goal
समझ
was
में
to
नहीं आता
that's
था.
right.
As the super ultimate the volume of the box was increased by a whole order of magnitude, and the distance it traversed was the entire gap between Poisson was an arc. My thanks, Furina. Of course, this performance, we had to select a...
So, in other words...
That's right. It wasn't a sign of another...
Then, you gathered a crowd, prepared all so that...
Yes, that is.
Well, Clorand, As for you,
कुछ
you'd
भी
make
हो रहा है.
sure that I didn't notice
क्या
anything
ही बोले
amiss
भाई.
before revealing yourself as my Oh?
लाइक कर दो गाइस. जिसने लाइक नहीं किया भाई लाइक कर दो यार. 10 लाइक कंप्लीट करो. अभी तक
It's
10 लाइक नहीं
fine.
हुए.
The
आधा घंटा
stage
हो गया.
is already
Skip
set.
spam.
So
हाँ, वही
there's
कर
no
रहा हूँ.
reason to disappoint the audience.
यार ये
Let's
सब मामले में
see
वेटिंग
this.
में सही में मेरे को बहुत अच्छा लगा.
Madam Prosecutor, please allow me to... This is a
Huh? Charlotte wanted to give us something? Oh, so she's here. Oh, let Paimon see. So in other words, we can refer... Let's quickly confirm from the information in it. Just think of it as a refresher, alright?
You defeated the Hydro Archon in the very first duel you took part in at the Opera House. The fortune. I mean, the words of someone as extraordinary as a witch can probably only be truly.
बहुत पका रही है भैया.
The prosecution and the defense are both in position. The trial shall now begin.
Oh, come on! Just fast forward. Of course. It is only natural for you, that's true. But my charge here is unrelated to
ये
your
चीज बहुत
cousin's
गलत
death.
दिया है इसके आर्कन क्वेस्ट में.
What was that? Lady Furina's a fraud?
Hey,
Charge accepted.
हाँ भैया आर्कन
Lady
के ऊपर
Furina,
आर्कन ना होने का
do you
इल्जाम
plead-
लगा है.
Lady Furina,
I plead not guilty. How can I be guilty? There is no way that I, Fussalor, otherwise known as Furina de Fontaine, a member of the Seven and the Regina of all waters, kindreds, peoples, and laws of Fontaine.
yeah,
I have cause to believe that common sense will prevail in this case. Many of the
Fontaine Archon
members of
Quest
the
अभी
audience have known
भाई
me
क्या
as the
करें.
Hydro Archon ever since they were
स्क्रिक आ रही है
born.
भाई सब करना
There would
पड़ेगा
be no
स्क्रिक के लिए.
fooling their
हम
memory.
भाई रेडन कूद गई है बीच में तो डर लग रहा है जितना हो सके
Even
उतना
the
प्रीमोस काम कर
Oratrice
लो.
has decided
क्योंकि
to
C1
show me
एस्टोकर है
its
मेरे पास तो
favor. Are you
करना तो
sure
पड़ेगा.
you
I
want to
like
commit to a
Wolfenstein
charge
Stone.
that will never be upheld?
Wolfenstein पे
If you
Wolfenstein
wish to
पे.
drop the case, I can promise you as the
मेरे
god
पे
of
आयरन
justice
स्टिंग
that
आर
you
पर
will
लेवल
not have
लेती
to
है.
face
हाँ तो
trial
बढ़िया
for
ना और क्या
making
चाहिए
a
तेरे को.
false
आयरन स्टिंग लेके घूम रहा है यूज
accusation.
कर.
We will treat everything that's happened as a dramatic spectacle and move on with our lives. What do you say to that?
An argument with near impossible odds, huh? You have to
भाई
not
आर्कन
only
क्वेस्ट
refute
बहुत
Furina's
प्यारा
claims,
था.
but
आप
also
एक्ट
overturn the
5 बहुत प्यारा था.
long-held
वही मैं
beliefs
देख
of
रहा
the
हूँ. बस
people.
अभी चालू हो गया ना अभी बहुत
I
बढ़िया.
tried to give you
थोड़ा
the
स्किप
chance
किया
to
मैंने स्टार्टिंग में
surrender.
क्योंकि मेरे को
If you
प्रीमोस
must
जल्दी जल्दी फार्म
persist,
करना है
then
इसलिए.
let me ask.
काजू हा
If you
बिल्ड नहीं.
believe I'm
काजू
not
हा
the
बिल्ड नहीं काजू हा बिल्ड कर दो
Archon,
ना.
then what manner of being do you think
अरे
I
लेकिन ये ओपन
am?
मिलता ही नहीं ना.
And
फिनिश
if
भाई
I
जल्दी.
was not the Archon, then how did I manage to live for over 500 years?
आय नहीं 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 आ गया माथा फोड़ी माथा फोड़ी माथा फोड़ी माथा फोड़ी करो रे माथा फोड़ी करो. ये क्या था वो कौन सा ड्रिंक ली थी रे भाई. नहीं नहीं ये नहीं है.
That doesn't sound right.
हाँ मालूम है भाई मालूम है यही करते बैठेगे.
First of all,
इसके
you may
यही
be a
पेन है
member
बहुत.
of
हाँ
another
यार ये बहुत पेन
long-lived
है भाई
race,
कसम से.
which would allow you to naturally possess an extended lifespan.
यार लाइक कर दो गाइस. अभी तो
Second of all,
10 लाइक नहीं हुए
even
गाइस.
if
जो
that
नए हो
wasn't
भाई
the
प्लीज
case,
डू लाइक
there
शेयर एंड
could
सब्सक्राइब
be
गाइस. थोड़ा
other
सपोर्ट करो यार.
Who gave you
मजा
that
भी आता है.
idea?
चैट करते रहो
Was
ताकि
it the
पढ़ने में भी
name?
मजा आए खेलने में भी
You
मजा आए.
sink so low.
a curse. I once thought it possible that the aura of an Archon might naturally resemble a type of curse. But in light of this claim,
स्किप बटन
perhaps
कब
what I
आएगा.
sensed
गेंशिन
was
वाला
not
को
your
अक्ल नहीं आएगी
divinity,
स्किप बटन के लिए भाई.
a
मेरे को
curse
पता
after
है.
all.
Neverlet sensed it too, huh?
Lady Furina is
Actually
actually a human?
अभी पता चला.
Well,
हमने
it is
देख के
true
आया
that
भाई
it's
रूल्स में
extremely
जाके.
difficult to tell humans and gods apart just by looking at them. It's not impossible.
बॉक्स प्रेस करो. अरे बॉक्स प्रेस करने से नहीं होता एक्स प्रेस करने से होता है.
Well, don't start celebrating too early now. Even if I have been carrying a curse like you said, how does that prove that I am merely a human being?
तेरी अम्मा का फोटो लेके आए हम लोग.
Everyone knows that the main difference between a
अरे वो
human and a
करते रह रहा
god
है.
is the
एक्सलिंग बहुत
possession of
ज्यादा. अरे
authority.
भाई ये जॉयस्टिक
Gods
में
can deal,
6000 रुपए
humans
का आता है.
cannot.
खराब
That's
हो
why
जाएगा
they're
तो कहाँ से
worshipped
लाएंगे.
as gods. For
PlayStation में
centuries,
कुछ चलता भी नहीं है.
manifestations of my authority have served the nation of Fontaine. One need only to turn their eyes towards the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal in this
ये भैया तू नहीं करती. कंट्रोल कंट्रोल कोई और करता है भाई. ये भी नहीं ये भी नहीं.
That
अरे
doesn't.
तेरे लिए डजन ना.
That doesn't sound right.
अरे नीचे चल एक कोड का मेरे को पढ़ना. अभी इसमें सही में सर दर्द है।
You tried to reference the oratories, but weren't you as confused as all the rest of us when the—
Didn't I make myself clear at the time?
Lady Furina, I believe a reminder of your current circumstances is in order. While the court is in session, the principles of justice and the law must come before all else. While you are an Archon, you are also first and foremost the defendant in this trial. You will prove yourself unable to defend against the prosecution's charges if you continue to withhold vital information against the rules of the court.
I never thought you'd use that kind of rhetoric against me.
That was no trick of rhetoric, Lady Furina. I've merely reiterated the rules of the court. Rules that all should respect and follow.
नहीं चाहिए मोरा तेरे पास है कुछ नहीं बहुत अच्छा कंट्रोल है ठीक हो
you neither knew
ओके भी
why
अच्छा
child
होता
was
है
declared guilty,
अब नहीं चलता ना
nor
इसके
did
अंदर
you understand the structure and operations of the oratories. Instead of having been created by you, the manifestations of authority you mentioned have been made by the real Hydro Archon, haven't they?
The real Hydro Archon? Well, now you're really losing me. It is true that I did not know why the oratories gave out a guilty verdict that day. But the oratories handed out that verdict unilaterally, and it has been operating independently ever since it was first created. You can't argue that just because a divine creation is flawed, that the god behind it must also be no god at all.
She's still throwing out all kinds of excuses. Seems like she's confident that we won't be able to produce proof that she has no power over the oratories.
ऑर्ट्रिक मेडिकल क्या मैकेनिका अच्छा ऑर्ट्रिक्स मैकेनिक कौन सा कार्डिनल भूल गया मैं भी भूल गया मैं चार्ट पे ध्यान दिया था मैं पढ़ा नहीं ओके बर्थडे में हेडफोन लेता बर्थडे में हेडफोन लेता बहुत बढ़िया अपना हो जान दो अपन ये सब भी करेंगे जिस दिन अपना चैनल बड़ा होगा ना तुम लोग किसी को बोलूंगा
If that poses a concern, I'm prepared to extend my protection to the audience.
You don't need to go that far.
भूल कैसे सकते हो आप मैं देखा ही नहीं ना मैं भूला कहाँ मैं वो पढ़ा ही नहीं
Is it that you can't
दिलुक
even
भाई
wield
एकदम
the
गौर से
power of
पढ़ते हैं हर
Hydro,
चीज
much less the authority of a god?
Indemnitium! Yes! It's all because of Indemnitium! All Archons derive their power from the faith of the people, and I've converted the people's faith in justice into Indemnitium! Thus did I give up all of my divine power to provide everyone with energy for their daily lives. Have you ever seen a more magnanimous god?
Isn't that a huge stretch?
Yeah, no matter how generous an Archon can be, how could they give up all their...
ओ भाई फोरिना का पलड़ा भारी
Seems like nobody's buying Furina's excuse.
Hey, come now, everyone! Please don't stare at me as if I was a liar! I'm still the same Furina you knew, right? The one that you loved! Shouldn't you want to believe in me? Please? You've got to believe me!
If what the prosecutor said is true, she really has committed a grave offense.
Did she deceive all of us? And all of our parents and grandparents too? And all of our ancestors? Ever since they were born?
Enough! That's enough! Tell me then, if I'm not the real Hydro Archon, then who is? If you have no evidence of another Hydro Archon's existence, nor can you find anyone who can back up their claim to be such, then what grounds have you to say that I'm not actually the real deal?
मैं स्टीम में टॉप 4 पे लगा
How can we refute it now? Seems like she really doesn't want to give up.
टॉप 4 पे 1 2 3 तो दिखे और कहाँ गया My favorite flavor pineapple then black rose. अरे ब्लैक फॉरेस्ट अरे यार मेरे को केक में कुछ भी नहीं पसंद हाँ एक तरफ से मैं पाइनएप्पल खा भी लूँ चॉकलेट में वो केक पसंद ही नहीं है, या तो रेड वेलवेट खा लेता हूँ कभी कभार। अरे हाँ, ये प्राइमोडियल पानी, वो प्राइमोडियल सी वाटर डाल सकते हैं। हाँ बराबर, वही सेलेक्ट किया। काला खट्टा, काला खट्टा तो गोला होता है भाई। केक भी आने लग गए।
Since you insist on claiming to be a god and not a human, then there's a
मैंगो
method
केक
that
खाओ
you
आप।
can use
अभी
right
मैंगो
here
खाया,
and
केक खाने की क्या
now to
जरूरत है?
eliminate
डायरेक्ट
all
मैंगो खा लो।
suspicions of you being the latter.
Miss Navia, please apply to serve as a temporary attorney for the prosecution before addressing the court. Though you act in partnership with the prosecutor, you must still adhere to proper procedure.
Super sorry, Mr. Chief Justice. I swear this really will be the last time that I'll speak out of
पहली बार
turn.
सुना गाइस।
Now, I've brought some seawater
सर
from
नाम भी
Poisson.
अदरक रखे।
As everyone knows, a massive flood struck the area not long ago,
अदरक अदरक का
taking many
डंडा करके
lives.
आया लगता।
including those of some of my... So, Miss Furina, would you dare to touch some of this seawater? If we are to believe that you are indeed the real Hydro Archon, touching this seawater would have no effect on you. All it should do is strengthen your case. But if you don't dare to touch it, then we would have basically proved the reverse. Oh, and I must remind you that after the disaster at Poisson, nobody wants to see any more people dissolve. I do hope you'll act prudently and choose the simpler path of admitting
Bro
guilt.
is high on ginger.
Navia from the Spina di Rasula. The Spina has governed Poisson for many years. I guess her suggestion is valid.
If Lady
Guys,
Furina
one
is
more
indeed
like for
just a
10, guys.
human,
Come on.
she's probably Fontanian like all the rest of us. Would she really dare to try?
Touch it, Furina, touch it.
Lady Furina, this test has been unilaterally proposed by the
Completed. अरे मेरे को
prosecution.
ना ही नहीं दिख रहे
As it
भैया।
falls outside the
अंधा हो
realm of
गया।
standard court
एफ भाई देखो,
proceedings,
आज रात
you
एफ
possess
भाई
the right to decline
तुमने वादा किया था
participation.
वेदरिंग वे में काम कराओगे। नूडल खा रहा
Well,
हूँ।
of course he had to tell her
भाई
that.
हंसाओ मत
But
तुम
refusing to
इनको।
participate
नूडल खा रहे
was
मालूम पड़ा
basically the
नाक पे
same
बाहर
as
आ
a
गया
confession
नोबिता
of
के जैसा।
guilt.
She's just staring at the water without saying a single word. It really does seem like she's quite terrified of it. That could
मुझे
only
हमेशा
mean...
एक एक्स्ट्रा का है दिखता है। पता नहीं। हाँ यार तुमको ही दिखता नहीं लोग भाई।
Planning to... That's not what we thought she would...
रामेन रामेन
Due to
यार
the inherent risk of the test, Lady Furina,
नारुतो में
you
तुम रामेन
may...
एक बार मैंने नारुतो रामेन खाने का बहुत दिल किया था तो मैं क्या करता था मालूम है नारुतो देखता था ना
Hey!
नारुतो में क्या रामेन खाते तो लोग जाके तो एक बार ना वही डिश देख के ना मैं घर पे बनाने फिनिश किया था भाई इतना घटिया लगा ना खाया नहीं दोबारा
Look at me, will you believe me now? I really am your Archon.
क्या
I'm
बना
nothing
तू
like
पता
a
नहीं
normal
भाई एकदम
human
घटिया
who would
चीज
fall apart.
खाया ही नहीं दोबारा दोबारा वो एक्सपेरिमेंट किया ही नहीं मैंने क्या किया एक सूप लाया अलग से खरीद के नूडल्स अलग से खरीद के लाया सूप थोड़ा एक्स्ट्रा खरीदा उसमें नूडल्स डुबाया एग लिया बॉइल्ड किया वो काट के रखा
Please announce the results of your evaluation.
As everyone doubtlessly saw, Miss Furina was displaying symptoms of hyperventilation and flushed skin. These indicate that she was experiencing the adverse effects of exposure to primordial seawater. The extent to which she was affected is the same as other humans when exposed to primordial seawater of a similar concentration.
Thank you, Miss Sidgwick. Lady Furina, you may return to the defendant's stand.
Oh, wait. What did she just say? I didn't get dissolved. Shouldn't that be enough?
Well, however, after extensive discussion, we don't want...
Yeah, so it's a great...
मेरे को देखो स्क्रिक के लिए क्या क्या करना पड़ता आज मैं सोचा मैं खत्म ही कर दूं इसको
Listen to me, everyone. Please don't give me such cold and disdainful looks. What happened just now didn't prove. Think about it. How...
चुप हो जा बहुत बोलती है अब से बोल रही थी बोल बोल
You
बोल
conclusively prove that an Archon can
बोल
also be affected
ये सही है मैं इसका मुंह चुप कराने के लिए अब बोल
by the primordial seawater.
ना सुनना तेरा बात
Also, please, everyone,
अबे तू रो दी वही बड़ी बात है, तू आर्कन नहीं है। मजे ले रहे हो आप तो। अबे आंखों से आंसू आ गए तब भी फील हो गया तू आर्कन नहीं है। निकल यहाँ से झुट्टी कहीं की। जा तो सपनों की दुनिया में जा, असली आर्कन को आंधे बकबक करती है रहती है। फुरीना है नहीं, फुरीना ही है वो, लेकिन वो आर्कन नहीं है। बस आर्कन ने उसको थोड़ा सा वो बोलते ना बूस्ट दिया नीचे से अपनी जगह उसको। मैं भाग रही हूँ।
I don't think anything she says at this point will sway him to his too stacked against her now.
कर्ज दिया, हाँ वही कर्ज दिया था उसको। कर्ज नहीं दिया था, थोड़ा सा उसको वो दिया था जैसा इसने कैसा की थी, पपेट जैसा समझ दो। एक पपेट जैसा ही बनाई थी इसने, जैसा रेडन को ई ने कैसा रेडन शोगुन को दिया वैसा इसको दी थी उसने। बेचारी तुम सोमा में जी रही है। हाँ भाई वो सही है।
Guilty.
नेवी से रात में आके कम बल आक तेरी तो तो हमको ट्रॉमा क्यों दे रही है? स्टार्टिंग में फर्स्ट में दी है वो ट्रॉमा, सीधा डेथ पेनल्टी आएगी।
According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale, Furina is...
Well, what's wrong? What's the Oratrice's verdict?
No.
इतना difficult नाम है यार।
The Oratrice also displays a guilty verdict.
Isn't that correct then?
However, the exact wording of the verdict is thus: the Hydro Archon, guilty, to be punished via the death sentence.
Wow.
The death sentence?
That's actually one of the available sentences? I've always thought that it was just a myth.
The one and only time the death sentence has been handed out at the court, and it's been given to the very person we've worshipped as the god of justice.
अबे भाई इतना बड़ा नाम कौन लेगा? रहने दे, मेरे को पहले भी ये बोला गया था। मैं बोटा ओरा मोरा नोरा डोरा डोरा ओरा बोरा में क्या लिख रहा है तू?
This outcome is indeed quite strange. According to Fontaine's current definitions of justice, as well as its recommendations for criminal sentences, is this sentence really appropriate for the crimes that have been committed?
Yeah, even Akshay wasn't sentenced to death by the Oratrice. You know, the real evil mastermind behind the serial disappearances case.
आना है इस पे क्या? मैं बोटा ओरा ओरा मोरा नोरा डोरा डोरा कोरा कोरा ये क्या गाना है? गोरा पकोड़ा, अच्छा गोरा पकोड़ा तो सुना मैं।
Indeed. Not only is Furina's sentence overly excessive, the very point of our trial today was also to prove that Furina has never been the Hydro Archon in the first place. But now, the Oratrice seems to have deliberately invoked the title of the Hydro Archon. What does this mean?
Excuse me, if I may interrupt. Is the trial still going?
You finally made it. I assume this means you've completed your mission?
Mm-hmm. Any mission Father assigns to me will always be top priority.
क्या तेरे father mother को father बना दे father तो mother कौन है भाई?
Is that the first prophecy slate? Huh. So the knave privately arranged for Fremine to try and find the missing slate.
I look looked everywhere and
मेरे
finally
से
found it at the
ये
bottom of the sea.
ओरा
It took me a long time to get around some dangerous stretches of water.
ना बोला जा मेरे से भी नहीं बोला जाता स्क्रिक को डिलीट कर दो
Has the trial already
स्क्रिक कैसे
concluded?
डिलीट करता है स्क्रिक आई नहीं अभी तक
Then doesn't that mean I've come too late? Oh no. Father will be
आदम ने
disappointed
मदर
in me.
को मार दिया था भूल गए क्या अरे हाँ लेकिन अरे ये लड़की को फादर बोल रहे हैं तो मदर लड़का हो गया ना वो तो लड़की को ही मार
Thank you for your hard work, Mr. Fremine. Please allow me to review the record left on the slate.
बॉल फेंक देगी अभी साफ नहीं यार के भी भाई
Traveler, I believe that you have already seen the other existing slates, and would like you to come here and confirm their contents.
Huh? So what do you see? What is it?
I believe I have now made sense of the Hydro Archon's crime. It has to do with...
So when you...
In truth, however,
मैं
I'm
मछली
uncertain...
आई नहीं अभी तक चाइल्ड का सीन नहीं आया भाई अभी तक चाइल्ड वाला सीन नहीं आया ये यार ये फिर से ये नहीं ना नहीं ना
The first stone slate describes what you just said. It seems to show the previous Hydro Archon use. Does that mean that the second stone slate? This must
अच्छा
be
ये अपने
the
आप हो
point
रहा
when
है ये
the
अपने आप
third
ये
slate
अपने आप
shows
हो
up.
रहा है
Well, the first slate is the prophecy of the
चाइल्ड के पास
Fontanians of
मिल
Kentucky
जाएगी
about
फिर हर के भी के
dissolving into the sea. We didn't
अभी
believe
चाइल्ड का
that
सीन आएगा ना वो ड्रैगन निकलेगा वो चाइल्ड उसको मार के फिर लेके जाएगा चल नीचे फिर से नाविया थी मेरे साथ
That doesn't sound quite right.
अरे हाँ ना भाई ठीक ना
That doesn't sound...
अरे ये बहुत खून चुसता है
That doesn't sound...
We know from the...
अच्छा वाचे वाचे वाला
That doesn't sound quite... That doesn't...
Perhaps what is about to take the truth and the...
फुरीना का ये वाला निवेलेट पड़ेगा नहीं अरे यार सही हो गया
It's not as simple as when not the...
हम फाइनल देख लिए चलो फाइनल वर्डिक्ट तो फिर निवेलेट का होगा मेरे को पता है निवेलेट ही रहेगा स्क्रिक की स्ट्रैप वो तो है पहले से ही भाई स्क्रिक ट्रैप मुझे पहले पता है ओके स्क्रिक उतना अच्छा नहीं बट आफ्टर स्क्रिक अच्छा आएगा वो मुझे भी पता है वो बात अरे
And take the full... The Hydro Archon was sentenced to death in court, shocking everyone present. Navia fell into the water inside those ruins, and she nearly dissolved. The eruption of the primordial... The stone slates But then it feels...
Let's hear them.
Incredible.
Child boy, jaldi aao. Aa hi nahi rahe child boy.
All Fontanians were originally created. The evidence for that can be found in... Oh, and according to Navia.
Indeed.
Yeah, and it follows from the content of the first slate that she probably angered Celestia by that could also explain why the Oratrice judged that
the Hydro Archon's...
And yet, after many hundreds of
Hi
years...
Deepika, welcome to stream.
So wouldn't it be trying to show the image? In the end, the people will all be dissolved into the waters. And only the Hydro
ये नाइट
Archon
बोर्ड
will
को मैंने
remain
डिलीट किया
weeping
फिर
on
दे
her
रहा है
throne.
ये क्या है ये पागल हो
Then will
गया
the sins of the people of Fontaine be washed away. Did Paimon get all that right?
You've made some keen deductions. I must say, given how much you still don't know, It is impressive. However, while you were able to decode all the information on the slates, they've also been etched with an additional layer of hidden information using a different... When we were at the ruins, I tried to decipher the hidden information recorded in the slates. But since we only had 3 slates at the time, I was unable to come to a full conclusion. Now that the slate collection is complete, I shall make another attempt to decipher the narrative recorded within.
ऐसे भाई से पूछो, मैंने पूरा दिखा के डिलीट किया उसको। और अब 10 लाइक हो गए होंगे। अब 10 लाइक हो गए।
I believe I should share this truth not only with you, but with all the people of Fontaine as well. I will try to briefly summarize it for you. Your hypotheses regarding the origin of Fontainians and the sin of the Hydro Archon were both correct. In the Fontaine of old, the previous Hydro Archon sensed the yearning of her Oceanid familiars for life on land. The Oceanids were enamored with the beauty and romanticism of human beings, and wishing to have those experiences for themselves, expressed to the Hydro Archon their desire to become of a similar kind. However, even though water as an element is intricately linked with the power of life, the Hydro Archon, as one of the 7, did not possess the authority to create a new form of human life. Not one to give in, she eventually found a way to create permanent humanoid bodies for her familiars by appropriating the power she poured. But if Fontaine... Of course, the Hydro Archon never received permission from the heavenly principles to create a new human race. And thus, the Hydro Archon and all of her creations came to shoulder the original sin of appropriating the power of the primordial sea. That is the true history of how the people of Fontaine first came into being.
So we were all Oceanids before we turned into human beings?
That's way too much information for me. I think I'm just going to pretend that I never heard a single thing. Wait, but if that's the truth, we can't let the Hydro Archon be sentenced to death. After all, her only sin was creating us.
This really might be too much information for your regular Fontainian, but it does answer a lot of our questions.
Alas, your hypothesis regarding a key point of they have not been The nation of Fontaine is the nation of Hydro. You may also recall, therefore, that the people of Fontaine, yes.
I think, in truth, everything we've done has happened exactly as the prophecy foretold. So now, it seems, we're the ones making sure it comes true.
What should we do?
Huh. No matter what, the prophecy will be fulfilled. Is this what it feels like to be a prisoner of fate?
If that's the case, does that mean the scene in the 4th slate will also be fulfilled soon?
Traveler, I would like to point out another small fallacy in your deductions. About the 4th slate, you probably thought that the eruption of primordial seawater beneath the fortress of Meripede served as the surest sign that the prophecy was about to come to pass, yes? However, I believe that rather than being a sure sign, that eruption could in fact only be a small warning of something far worse to come. As for the root cause of the catastrophe, I believe you've already encountered it once before. This eruption was just a small warning of the things to come. We must find the root cause of the disaster.
That doesn't sound...
It was both dream...
If we're talking about a true culprit, that could only be that thing inside the primordial sea, right?
The truth, the original sin, the trial, and the root cause of the disaster.
That's way too close! How did that thing just burst into the opera house? Wait, was that the huge whale you saw in your dream?
So we've met it at last. I understand very well why it has chosen to make an appearance here. That whale does not belong to Teyvat. It is a monster that has traversed the stars, weeping all the while. It has been greedily consuming the energy from the planet's primordial sea, using it to grow. That is the main cause for the rising sea levels. And once it has finished consuming all of the energy contained within the sea, its next step will be...
You said that when the Hydro Archon first created Fontanians out of Oceanids, she filled their blood vessels with primordial seawater.
Precisely. That whale finds the blood of Fontanians nigh impossible to resist. Therefore, when it left the primordial sea, it decided to make its next stop a packed opera house full of food. Food in the...
We just barely managed to push it back, right? In that case, won't it come back to target the people again once it's managed to recover its strength?
That is correct. Indeed, it is more accurate to say that we should thank that Harbinger for buying us some time. Without him, the whale would have likely come onto land far sooner. From the way he looked, he must have been fighting the creature for quite a long time.
That battle maniac. We've always known that he had a special connection with that whale, but we definitely didn't expect it to help us out like this. Anyway, now that we know that this whale is the actual cause of the disaster recorded in the prophecy, all we need to do to stop the prophecy would be to find a way to beat it up, right?
It is too late. It had already absorbed too much of the primordial sea's energy before we could notice it. At this point, it has become practically integrated with the sea itself. Even if the entirety of Teyvat were to be destroyed, it could still survive and swim off towards some other world.
That's not something I will accept. We've already done everything we can, and we even found the true culprit. We've come so far. You can't just tell me that the last hurdle is some impossible foe. That's just not fair.
Indeed, that's not how a grand performance should end.
I'll fight it to the end, no matter what.
So the prophecy will be fulfilled no matter what, huh?
The prophecy. Yeah. Just as prophecies are usually only the future as seen from the perspective, ultimately.
What's happening with the oratories?
I believe it is preparing to carry out the death sentence.
Furina! No, I still need answers.
You...
Sorry. That shocked expression on your face is just too amusing. I couldn't help myself.
You are not Furina. Who are you?
The sweet sound of bewilderment. Marvelous. A sure sign that my attempt to deceive everyone was a resounding success. But to answer your question, I am Focalor. You know, the god.
Focalor? Why did you deceive us?
Oh, that wasn't my goal, of course. Goodness, no. But I had to fool everyone else too, if I was to stand any chance of deceiving the heavenly principles.
Deceiving the heavenly principles?
It's all because of that pernicious prophecy. Dreadful, wasn't it? Everyone doomed to dissolve. Fontaine condemned to be flooded. One was not amused. In fact, one was positively bemused when that problem was thrust upon me by my dearest predecessor. That's the former Hydro Archon Egeria, for the uninitiated. It hardly gets more disastrous than a preordained national catastrophe, now does it? She knew full well that the prophecy would surely come to pass. And as one of the seven, she also knew full well that one defies the heavenly principles at one's peril. So yes, as you have no doubt surmised, it was a rather impossible situation that I found myself in. I spent a terribly long time mulling it over, alone on the ocean floor. And I was almost growing barnacles by the time I finally realized there was only one possible solution to this confounding conundrum. I had to outwit the heavenly principles, allow the prophecy to be fulfilled, ostensibly at least, while saving everyone at the same time. I'm a genius, I know. I can only assume that's why Egeria chose me as her successor. Although, looking back now, it was hardly the inheritance one dreams of. Between the task of saving the nation, the quotidian duties of the Hydro Archon, and not to mention the original sin of creating a new race of humans, I dare say she left me quite a colossal mess to clean up. But one can only play the hand one is dealt. I did not choose this, any more than I chose to be one of her Oceanid familiars.
So you were also once one of the Oceanids, transformed into a human by Egeria's hand?
Yes, I was. I always dreamed of becoming human. And I still do, even now. In my eyes, to be human is to be part of the greatest opera ever known. After becoming a god, I separated my divinity from my body and spirit, leaving behind only a self that was as naive and bewildered as my past self on her first day as a human being. The me you see before you now is that divinity. And the human counterpart I left behind, I named Furina. She could feel joy, sorrow, and everything in between. She could be as vain and conceited, or as meek and vulnerable as she wished. Her strengths were of a kind only a human could possess, as were her shortcomings. But in my eyes, Furina's humanity was what made her perfect. She was perfectly human in every way. The person I always wanted to be. Anyway, so then I cursed her. All part of the plan, of course. The plan to deceive the heavenly principles. Do you still remember the final scene of the prophecy? The Hydra Archon, alone, weeping on her throne. In order that the prophecy might appear fulfilled, I invited Furina to be an actress, to play the part of the Hydro Archon in the prophecy. Under the curse I placed on her, so long as I, Focalor's divinity, continued to exist, she could not die. But nor was she free to live her life in the pursuit of happiness. Instead, she was forced to take the stage in the opera house, to embrace the role of leading lady, to forever play the part of the god from the prophecy, all to create a deceitful appearance of that prophecy coming to pass. I suppose now you probably understand why your court is called the Opera Epiclese.
But Furina is only human, isn't she? Even though she has had a long life, her mind is no stronger than that of any other ordinary human being. I cannot begin to fathom what she has had to endure. It must have been torture for her.
It has indeed. And although she is, in a sense, me in human form, I most definitely owe her an apology for it. It's been 500 years, and all along, she's been playing her part in the most unimaginably long, unbearably lonely, and agonizingly painful opera of all time.
Oh? Who permitted you to come onto the stage? Now, I understand you're at... All right. It is not my intent to reprimand you. There is no need to state your name. Just be... Oh, do not jest. Can you not feel it? I am Focalor. The eyes of countless Fontanians are upon me. I must, at all times, display the utmost elegance and nobility.
थोड़ी चीजें मिस कर दिया था ना मैंने, तो वही गौर से सुन रहा था. क्या है, अपनी इंग्लिश थोड़ी कच्ची है, समझने के लिए थोड़ा टाइम लगता है, एकदम ध्यान लगा के समझना पड़ता है.
Dear audience, the performance is experiencing a technical difficulty, but worry not. The guards shall resolve it soon enough.
An oversight on my part.
Hey, मेरा मारते क्यों रे? अरे साले मार रहे. इस पे खेलने मेरे को हाथ बजाने बहुत टाइम जाने वाला.
What gives? The audience is still watching me, you know. Guards? Wait, where are the guards? Guards!
अरे है तेरे गार्ड. इसके कुछ पार्ट मैंने मिस कर दिया था, तो वही अभी पढ़ रहा था बैठ के. गार्ड का सिस्टम पानी से भरा जा रहा है, नथिंग एल्स. बेचारी के साथ हुआ तो गलती से भाई, कुछ भी की हाइड्रो आर्कोन ने, लेकिन किसी भी चीज के लिए की, लेकिन गलत ही की इसके साथ. सही में टॉर्चर हुई है बेचारी. दिमाग उसका हिल गया, तभी तो अब वो स्क्रू ढीली लगती है उसका, तभी इसका स्क्रू ढीला है.
Furina. Furina.
Huh? Who's that? Who's calling me? Where are you?
Be not nervous. Be not afraid. I am before you.
Wait a moment. You're mirror me? How can this be?
Mirror you, huh? You know what? That's not bad. Let's go with that.
Mirror me? What do you wish to say?
The prophecy. Have you heard of it?
What prophecy? Wait. I know. I think. I don't know why, but it's in my head somehow. The people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only the Hydro Archon will remain, weeping on her throne. Only then will the sins of the people of Fontaine be washed away.
Oh, very good. You know it well.
What's going on? I can't seem to remember anything clearly. The only thing I know for sure is this prophecy. Will it really come to pass?
Beta.
Yes, it will. And that is why I've come to you. Disaster will come to Fontaine sooner or later. Things will develop just as the prophecy declared. There is no escaping it.
But doesn't that mean everyone will die? I'm a Fontainian just like them. Will I dissolve too?
Oh, don't worry. Magical meetings exist in this world precisely to give people a chance to turn things around. It is the reason why you met me today. I will tell you how to save everyone, but you may have to suffer somewhat.
Oh, so there's still hope after all. Goodness, you frightened me. You spoke so much and with so much certainty. As for the suffering, well, I will admit that the first thing that came to mind was, why do I have to be the one to suffer? But
अरे जल्दी
if the
खत्म हो रहे बाबा
prophecy will
सुसु
come
करने जाना
true,
है
I'll also die anyway, right? So if I've already met you as my magical meeting, if there were scales, with all the people of Fontaine on one side and my pain on the other, is it not obvious where the scales should tilt?
You truly are the perfect human. My ideal. I suppose this would also be the justice that belongs to you. Don't worry, it's nothing. Listen well. Fontaine has just lost its Hydro Archon. I need you to play a role. That of the new Archon.
Play as a god?
That's right. You must begin a
चल समझ गया मैं समझ गया बाकी स्टोरी तो मैं सुना चुकी बाकी स्टोरी सुन चुका हूँ
a trial
मेन पार्ट का अरे यार नहीं थर्ड में मेन है ना बहुत स्लो चलेगी भाई बहुत स्लो चलेगी चल लाइट बंद होगी ना अभी नहीं अभी नहीं बंद होगी
The Maison Cardinalise has announced my accession. What should I say? I'm sure you've all heard. In truth, as the god Focalor. Once again, this... I thought I might stammer, but...
That's the new Hydro Archon. Is this some kind of joke by the Maison? I would have thought that a being that surpasses...
Hey,
Did you hear that? She even told us to send her
Shouldn't gods be all-powerful? She's being so modest.
If you ask me, perhaps the succession didn't actually happen.
Wait, what's going right? Calm down, Furina. Assertive. Now, I was wondering if some weak puppet were to one day come onto the stage and claim you may consider. Now then!
Ah, so that was just a performance. How could I have forgotten that we were...
Personality? It's quite shocking, to be honest, but I suppose it's a better look than before.
Such a fascinating and bold deity. How wonderful! Our future may yet be bright after all.
It seems I've turned them around. Best follow this flow. My dear people, whether you acknowledge me or not, whether you trust me or nay, I say to you, we have heard it said that this nation's sins can no longer be washed. No, this won't work. They'll suspect me again. I must play the role that they want me to play. The scales of May law be the prayer on our lips. May judgment be our worship. There is, so long as
फिनिश भाई कितने टाइम से गेंशिन खेल रहे हो? फिनिश भाई तो भाई खत्म कर दी हूँ मैं। चलो चलो डांस का सीन आ गया ना। अरे नहीं रे अभी ये पका हुआ वाला सीन है। 3 पार्ट में भूल गया था।
Lady Furina.
Besides,
That's true,
No need for fright, and do not take what I said before too seriously. Go now.
मे भी 2022 नवंबर से चल रही 2023 नवंबर से नहीं 22 नवंबर से शायद 3.1 आया था ना साइनो तभी से मैं खेलना चालू किया था मतलब ऑफलाइन बाद में AR30 के बाद ऑनलाइन कर दिया था
Lady Furina.
I see. It's as I thought. All manner. Really?
मैं 3.7 से खेल रहा हूँ अरे हटना रे भाई हमको रियल फरीना की डांस देखना है
But it's good. Maybe this is.
मांगा पढ़ते हो नहीं मांगा नहीं पढ़ते हो क्या भाई डायरेक्ट एनिमे देखते हैं सीरीज सब देखते हैं एनिमे का कुछ कुछ जो मेरे को अच्छी लगती है वही देखता हूँ बस अभी वन पीस छूटा पड़ा है मैंने 1100 के बाद से देखा नहीं वन पीस के एपिसोड
Lady Furina, I've waited so long for this chance to see you in this manner.
Indeed, my dear loyal citizen. This joyous moment is an honor for us both.
Lady Furina,
we're detecting significant hydrological anomalies near Poisson.
Understood.
अपना वन पीस 1100 एपिसोड देखे हाँ 1100 तक देख लिया हूँ मैंने I am the manga reader. अरे क्या मांगा पढ़ के ना स्पॉइलर मिल जाता ना रे फिर वो एपिसोड आता तो देखने का मजा नहीं अब तो पहले से पता रहता है थोड़े वेब पॉइंट अनलॉक किए 240 प्रीमोस मिल गए वाह मुबारक हो कम ऑन गाइस 15 लाइक पूरे करो
Lady Furina.
तुझे पता चला किसने फुरीना की फिश चोरी की करी थी
Close like this. I've heard that the first member of our family who was honored.
नहीं पता चला नाइस एक भैया कल 10 पोस्ट कर दीजिए।
Are you crying?
कॉलर दूं क्या? कुछ नहीं देने का।
This must be the overflow of hydro from my person. Well, can't quite help being the
आपको नहीं डिल्लू को बोल रहा था। अच्छा था फिर दे।
I want to die. All I can do is keep.
मेरे को किसी चीज का स्पॉइलर नहीं देना, बाकी सबको दे दो। मजा खराब हो जाता है। सही में बोलूं ना, वो आरडीआर का जो लास्ट वाला सीन था, जॉन वाला एपिसोड, तब से मेरा वो मजा ही खराब हो गया था।
Furina, although I don't know.
Share. That's impossible.
But even if you're just share it with me.
A witness. And if to that it... She's right. But if... No, Furina. But what if, Furina, is it such... If you let this think about it long and hard...
मैं तो बस वन पंच मैन का सीजन 3 का वेट कर रहा हूँ, मजा आएगा बस।
No, I have nothing to say.
क्या पता सीजन 3 आएगा
I
भी
am
नहीं आएगा।
Furina. All you need to do, dear spectator, is to
Fine.
भाई कितने टाइम से सुनने में आ रहा आएगा आया ही नहीं अभी तक से। आ जाए तो मजा आ जाए।
So even Furina doesn't know the
चलो
truth.
मैं की
You've
जगह
never
डांस
once
वाला
let her in on the full plan?
Yes.
2026 को आएगा शायद। अरे सब लोग 25 बोले तो भी नहीं आया। अब 26 बोल रहे देखो।
First deceive yourself.
यार 10 लाख क्रॉस करो यार गाइस।
If she had let her resolve falter even once in these 5 centuries, Fontaine would have been doomed to the most tragic fate. It seems that trusting humanity was the right decision after all.
I believe that I understand how your deception works, but that is only half the truth, is it not? How would you build on this foundation to save the people of Fontaine? That is the most important thing.
Ah, good. Of course, the Iudex of Fontaine has pinpointed the crux of the issue. I'm sure you've long sensed that the Oratrice is no simple machine. Yes?
I've always suspected that it had its own consciousness. And Lenny did mention that he heard a human voice within the core chamber. It now seems that that person was you, hidden within the machine all along. Am I right?
And then I became one with the Oratrice, taking Fontaine's gnosis with me. Yes, it would seem so, wouldn't it? Alas, your understanding of this device still lacks sufficient depth.
ब्लेड वाला जो था,
it is no enactor
जो हर टाइम
of
साइतामा के पीछे पड़ा रहता है।
It is,
उसको नहीं का मॉन्स्टर बनने के लिए वो हार्ट देते हैं। वो उसको भून के वो पका के खाता है।
Beg your pardon?
Oh,
सोलो लेवलिंग देखा आपने? नहीं यार, नेटफ्लिक्स पे नहीं है वो। सोनिक, हाँ सोनिक।
Not only will the Oratrice take down the god of justice, it will also take down the divine throne upon which she has been placed.
नहीं सोनिक की बात कर रहा।
Did you think I would be the sort to enjoy peaceful repose while Furina suffered?
मस्त देते हैं उसको हार्ट देते बोलते काले मॉन्स्टर जैसा पावर आएगा।
Has been to constantly accumulate indemnity within the Oratrice. But really, some have already discovered that only a small fraction of the energy generated by the device was ever used to provide power to Fontaine. The vast majority has been, had to be, accumulated to enact this death sentence.
It was all a part of your plan then? Both the trial and the sentence?
Indeed. This power, accrued over 5 centuries, could have sustained Fontainians for millennia, had it only been used for that purpose. almost all of it has now been stored within the oratories. But only power of this magnitude could hope to destroy the Hydro Archon's divine throne, shaking the rules established by Celestia and breaking through the institution that is the Seven.
So the Oratrice's call for death was for neither Furina nor Focalors, but for the Hydro Archon. The destruction of that divine throne. If I do not misunderstand your intent, you must be...
Returning what's rightfully yours to you, of course. In other words, this was all done to return the authority of the Hydro Archon to the Hydro Dragon of this planet.
But...
वेबसाइट तो नहीं देखते आप वसीम भैया
Getting
वहाँ
sad
तो
again, are we?
सब एनिमी फ्री होते
The
हैं
authority of
अरे
the
नहीं
ancient dragons shall soon be
तो
yours
वॉइस
once
चेंज हो
more.
गई इसकी
O
नहीं
Hydro
नहीं
Dragon
इसकी तो चेंज है
Sovereign.
मेन आर्कन
And
की तो वॉइस
this
चेंज
is
है
the
पहले
face
से
you
ना
make.
है नहीं तो ये सब फ्री है अरे मैं देखता हूँ लेकिन उसमें ऐड वाला
All
सिस्टम बहुत
you've
बेकार
done
है
throughout the years is just so you can sacrifice yourself at the very end.
I've never quite seen it that way, you know. Even now, I'm quite pleased at how well my deception worked.
अरे मैं ऐड की वजह से ही नहीं देखता ऐसा मैंने वेबसाइट पे जाकर पहले एनिमी 24 था उसका ऐप आता था उसमें देखने मजा आती थी पर अब नहीं है एमुलेट की अलग लग रही है नहीं
Hydro Dragon, don't cry. I must say, had it been within my rights, I would have loved to judge the heavenly principles themselves. Were they not guilty of essentially the same crime? Egeria stole the power of the primordial sea, and the heavenly principles stole the power you ancient dragons possessed. I, for my part, am the god of justice. And is it not just that your original powers should be returned to you? Speaking of justice, I have always believed that justice lies in the process of pursuing human existence itself. So, if the theft of the primordial sea's might was Fontaine's original sin, then, leaving matters of procedural right and wrong aside, the descent of the Fontainians as humans and their right to exist in this world would be Fontaine's original justice. In other words, existence was Egeria's justice, and to me, justice is the continuation of that existence. Defying the prophecy and ensuring that Fontaine's people shall live on, that should be the justice enthroned over all others. At this point, we, whether it be myself or all other Fontainians, have shouldered the burden of this sin for far too long. Iudex Neglect, the highest judge in our land. When you regain your full power as an elemental sovereign, what verdict shall you pass upon us?
So when I was invited to the court of Fontaine to serve as Iudex, I see now that that was your idea too. At last, I now understand the true purpose behind this position. In the beginning, I was uninterested in human existence. But these 5 centuries of living alongside them have gradually brought about mutual understanding between us. And I have even attempted to feel as they feel. You are a devious one, Focalors. Things
नहीं ये तो
being as they
नॉर्मल है
are,
वाईटी के इमेजेस इमोजी में जाकर डायरेक्ट पेस्ट कर
declare
सकते हैं
them to be guilty.
डांस चालू डांस देखो
The hour of my execution is almost here. For the sinner, the curtain call has come. I know I may not sound it, but faced with death, I find myself a little afraid. Perhaps this is one thing both gods and humans have in common. Farewell, Nervalette. I hope you've enjoyed the part you played these 500 years.
अब समझा फरीना क्लेमोर क्यों नहीं यूज करती क्या कैसे हाँ समझ गया तुझे बोला कहता समझ गया मैं क्यों नहीं यूज करती तो सही बेचारी की गई ले भैया तेरी शक्तियां भी रिटर्न ले ले क्लेमोर क्यों नहीं यूज करती वो समझ गया मैं क्लेमोर से लाइक गई ना उसकी ये सीन एकदम बढ़िया भाई ये पीक सीन
एकदम hereby declare people of Fontaine your sins are forgiven.
चलो भैया बाढ़ आ जाएगी अब हाय विकास भाई वेलकम टू स्ट्रीम भाई फनी बढ़िया सीन था यार फनी सीन कहाँ था यार बेचारी
What just happened? Has the death sentence been carried out?
Was that bright light some sort of misdirection? I have a feeling that something huge just happened.
But since we're all still alive and haven't been dissolved, I assume whatever happened was good for us.
It's time to end this. We must mete out punishment to that beast.
प्रीमोस फार्म कर रहे थे क्या करने लगा अरे मैं पूल के लिए मैंने किया था इसमें 60 प्रीमोस प्रो से एक फेथ मिलेगा ना इसीलिए मैं
I
कर
have
दिया
gained the strength sufficient to deal with it. Through certain means, I now have the ability to separate the power of the primordial sea from that creature. We should seize the opportunity to pursue our quarry. Traveler, now that the oratories can no longer function, I require an executor to help me mete out justice. The root of the calamities befalling Fontaine, the beast that enacts the prophecy. Its name is the all-devouring narwhal. Come with me, traveler. The hour of execution has come.
ना उड़न खटोला एंट्री अरे नहीं मतलब फिश को मारेंगे ना मैं मैप में टीपी अनलॉक कर लूंगा 4 या 5 फुल ऐसे ही मिल जाएंगे
But how are we going to do that? It's huge!
I've already done my best to separate the power of the primordial sea.
मैं पायरो से हाइड्रो मारने आया होगा देख लो
Cannot reach the power source. Must find a way to attack it from within. I shall share a part of the ancient dragon's power. I shall look for an opening together.
भैया कहीं से निकलो
Bow your head. I can feel the sorrow turning still. The tides beckon.
मैं हाइड्रो से हाइड्रो मार रहा हूँ, देख लो भाई।
The all-devouring narwhal cannot resist its instinct to devour.
अरे यार क्या कर रहा हूँ मैं?
Trigger its hostility. Chance
क्या
will
कर रहा
present
हूँ मैं?
itself.
मैं जम ही नहीं रहा है, खेल ले। भाई खेल ले, नहीं जम रहा है।
I have granted you my protection. Do not fear. Seize the moment and use my power to suppress its root from within.
भाई बहुत टाइम लग जाएगा मेरे को मारने में इसको।
Manifest the authority of the ancient dragons. Witness the might of the primordial sea.
तो वेदरिंग वे की बात हो रही है। हाँ विकास भाई, वेदरिंग वे भी खेलते हैं, अभी चालू करेंगे थोड़ा टाइम में उसको भी। कौन से फ्री 13 पोस्ट अभी वेदरिंग वे फ्री एनिवर्सरी पोस्ट भी दे रहा है ना। भैया स्क्रिक की एंट्री हो गई। स्क्रिक
Thanks for helping with the cleanup. It should have been my job, but oh well. It was just supposed to be a short private training session for me. I didn't think that my disciple and my master's pet would start brawling in the meantime.
Congratulations for your
Actually, I had a feeling that it would happen at some point, but they bumped into one another earlier than I thought. What a blunder. I suppose I'll have to swing my sword 3 million times as penance.
4 दिन बाद आपने अकाउंट में मेन अकाउंट में पकड़ूंगा। अरे भाई मैं खुद लगा पड़ा हूँ पकड़ने के लिए इसको।
Who are
मेरे
you
को भाई इन
exactly?
लोग ने पुल बोल के बोला कि भाई अर्ली में क्या निकलेगा, व्यूअर्स को नाराज कर रहा हूँ। पुल कर दो 10 पुल में क्या निकलेगा। 3 पीटी पर रेडन आ गई यार, मेरे आप टैलेंटेड था।
The impression that she was the less talkative person.
I simply did not have anything to say to the weak. But you, on the other hand, managed to defeat the all-devouring narwhal without using power from beyond this world. So you may speak to me as equals. I have to agree. It's a strange use of a planet's primordial waters just to raise an all-devouring narwhal. That kind of power is wasted on it. It's not cooperative. It eats too much. And I have more important things to do with my time
लाइक
than
कर दो
pet
गाइस,
sitting.
15 लाइक नहीं हुए अभी
The
तक
only
के।
thing that
गाइस
creature
जो
has
नए हो
going
भाई
for
प्लीज
it is
सब्सक्राइब
its
करो,
looks.
सपोर्ट करो गाइस थोड़ा।
All in all,
और
it
लाइक करो यार।
fails as a pet.
बस चैट तो करते ही रहो ताकि मूड बना रहे स्ट्रीम करने का। बोरिंग सा हो जाता है बिना चैट के।
The point being?
Well, being that this pet almost destroyed an entire nation. So what sort of person is your master? Well, child's master's master. Wait, is that right?
Oh, right. So you don't know him. Sorry, I assumed you did. His name is Sir Taloji.
I am unfamiliar with that name.
Huh. So Master isn't sufficiently famous. How should I describe him then? Have you heard of the name The Fowl?
The Fowl?
Still nothing? Well, how about the Visionary? Vetterfulnir then? Or Gold Rhine-daughter?
Ooh, that one we've heard. Rhine-daughter's part of the Hexen Circle. She's Albedo's mom, right?
Oh, so you do know that name. To be honest, I also heard all of those names and titles from my master. I don't actually know them either. But I suppose you understand now, yes? My master is likely a similar sort to Rhine-daughter. They are both pursuing some form of perfection.
Wait, didn't you also mention a visionary person? Paimon didn't quite catch their name.
Actually, never mind that. I believe it expedient to inform you that the all-devouring narwhal used up nearly all its strength fighting. Such roiling hydro energies will prove difficult for the planet's deep seas to digest. As such, the Fontaine back on the surface has most likely been thrown into chaos. In other words, the prophecy that you've been fretting over should now be in full swing.
What?
मैंने बोला ना कुछ पार्ट मैंने स्किप किया था इसलिए अभी देख रहा हूँ जब टर्की बनने वाले हैं कुछ टाइम बाद तेरी जात का उसका साइज तो डबल भी होता है
Not to worry. Focalor has already managed to deceive the heavenly principles.
In the end, the people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only Furina will remain, weeping on her throne.
सब डूब रहा है भैया सब डूब रहा है ऑटो करेक्ट लगती रहता है
Only then will the sins of the people of Fontaine be washed away.
बाढ़ आ गई बाबू क्या भाई हेंटाई दिखाओगे क्या नहीं रे भाई हेंटाई नहीं दिखाएंगे वेटिंग के क्रिएटर कुछ ज्यादा डिटेलिंग कर रहे हैं अरे लेकिन उन लोग सुन रहे हैं ना एक्चुअली सुन रहे हैं उन लोग
All hands initiate emergency rescue.
वैसे की स्पीड आ गई है भाई उड़न खटोला पानी कम हो रहा है भैया हाँ कम हो रहा है
It's a miracle!
Water's receding.
We didn't dissolve. The prophecy was wrong. The prophecy was wrong.
खत्म हो रहा है भाई खत्म हो जा सुसु आइए मेरे को अब जाकर सुधरती है Who is the most predictive character in the all the universe? Most. मैंने अभी तक जितने गाचा गेम खेले, जितने क्या 2 ही खेल रहा हूँ यार अभी तो फिलहाल। मोस्ट बोले तो गैदरिंग वे में लगता है एक है जो अभी अभी आई है। मीको भी है, मीको भी है। पहला नंबर मेरा था भाई, मेरे लिए योइमिया थी और एडन थी, पर अब मेरा उन दोनों पे से ध्यान हट के ना भाई वेदरिंग में जो अभी कैरेक्टर जो मेरे को निकली है ना उस पे है भाई, मैं दिखाऊंगा उस कैरेक्टर को।
Skyship Winglet, boon or bane of the Fontaine Research Institute. The various disputes that have arisen on account of Mr. Edwin have suddenly become a shield over the Institute, with Junior turning out to be a once overlooked
हाँ दिखाता हूँ, रुको दिखा, ये फुल टर्की बन रहे हैं अब 18+ स्ट्रीम स्टार्ट। अबे नहीं भैया कोई 18+ स्ट्रीम स्टार्ट नहीं।
Wow, Paimon barely recognizes the people in the.
What do you think? Pretty enthralling, huh? The value for these big Edwin's assistant, Jurier, and that's exactly. Oh, this time will be different. Come on.
हाँ बराबर पकड़े किडीज भाई,
and then make a trip to the
छतरी वाली एकदम बराबर पकड़े, एकदम बराबर। अब खत्म नहीं हुआ, खत्म हो गया ना 30 मिनट और नहीं खत्म हुआ रे, अब बहुत बाकी है। ना 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 खत्म नहीं हुआ अभी तक के। अंडरग्राउंड फिर से जाना पड़ेगा। वेदरिंग में इक्वली पीछा है मैं। हाँ भाई सही पकड़े हो। ये मोस्ट सेक्सी कैरेक्टर है वो। हाँ भाई।
Oh, it's you.
Hey,
I'm here to update my.
Let me introduce you. This is Mr. Garoon. Our residents are hot.
Hello, Miss Charlotte.
इसका रेडिएशन से पहले बहुत कुछ
but if
दिखा
you
था।
don't mind.
I get where you're coming from.
भाई उसको बनाया ऐसा था, उसका पहले का ट्रेलर देखो।
How are things? We finished laying down.
Huh?
Well, her reputation's greatly risen after that whole.
There's too much to consider in the reconstruction of Poisson.
Oh, wait, just a moment. Do you
ये
mind
क्या रीड कर लिया? अरे भाई इसमें लिखा मैंने रीड कर लिया, देखो बटन वाली।
I see you're the same as always. Couldn't you do me?
Well, if we're talking about doing things for my sake, you might as well just take a few more photos of me. Or of the traveler.
अगर
It's
वो
better
सब
than
चाहिए तो
wasting
ट्रिपल
time
भी खेलो।
persuading Chlorand at
अरे
any
ना।
rate.
Of course I will. I'm not gonna let her off that easy. All right, then everyone who wants to be in the photo, gather up.
विकास मैं देख लिया, अरे मैं दिखाने वाला था यार, तुम देख लिए।
How did it go? Was it a good shot? Did Paimon look cute in it?
Not bad. Your addition really helped the composition of the picture. All right, hang on a moment. Let me snap a few more shots.
अब कुछ ना चाहिए तो लूडो खेलो, चल भाई।
I'll be back here later anyway, so let's call it a day.
किसी ने कुछ नहीं देखा, अच्छा मतलब देखना है।
You're very quick.
Speed is also not to.
Wow.
I'll hazard a guess that this is how you got that
Whoa, you're.
That's a.
In truth, I told him that it would.
You're right.
Stay safe now. And
ये क्या भी खत्म होगा रे भाई। जैक मेरे को लॉग आउट करना आ गया, मेरे को लॉग आउट करने आ गया। पीएस में लॉग आउट कैसा करते हैं?
Wow, guess we're here again, huh? There's a real nostalgic feeling to this place.
Looks like you've been missing us.
सबको देखना पीछा कितना टर्की है, हो सकते है वो।
Of course.
जाओ मैं नहीं चालू कर रहा, जाओ तुम लोग टर्की टर्की बोलो।
No need to
मैं तो टर्की भाई, तुम लोग के
Alright
बोलने
then.
पे मैं बोल रहा हूँ
This
गेम खेलेंगे। कैसे दिखा ना, अभी वेंडरिंग में स्विच करो उससे पहले। मैं कुछ नहीं कर रहा।
It
मैं
would
वेटिंग
seem
में
that
स्विच ही
Miss
नहीं कर रहा।
Lorvine
जाओ।
doesn't want her.
Sir, please.
But it,
No, I.
Now, I might not look it, but I act the boat that brought. Still, if I might have.
I have to apologize, but that ship is presently.
Really?
You already know my answer, I'm afraid. Best you interview our head nurse instead. Or
Did you really have to use the word? Well, then, two solo folks.
Is my hair messed up?
Things sure are getting pretty lively here. Oh, seems like everyone's here.
अब
Wouldn't
तक
you
कोई ने
like
लॉगआउट
to try
कैसे
this
करते दिखा।
new
देखिए मेरा
drink?
सेकंड अकाउंट है। सेकंड अकाउंट खेल रहा हूँ देख PS पे।
Sure. Do I have to smile? So, how
स्किप करने के बाद भी 2 और खींच लिया।
Other
अब वही
than
तो
that
बोल रहा हूँ 2
flying
घंटा
ship.
खींच लिया भाई।
That's why I decided.
You're too kind.
उससे पहले भाई मेरे को मेरा वो करना है कमीशन
I'll
करना
tell
है।
them that there's. What change can there be as to what
दोनों
Miss Furina's
account में।
departure will mean for the nation, and if our laws and governance will be transformed? We'll.
Hey, everyone. The photo shoot's done.
Good. In that case, let's call it a day.
Thanks for your cooperation. Come on, traveler, let's go.
There'll be a.
Maybe. Who knows? All right. Last
एक
stop, the
सेकंड भाई
docks.
एक सेकंड रुको यार। दो जगह गेंशिन चालू कर रहे हैं हम। एक सेकंड गाइस रुको। मेन अकाउंट में पहले वो देख लूं। हाँ कैसे वो दिखाओ। अरे मैं तेको बताता तरीका कैसे करना। तो अपना होयो पर लॉगिन करके ना उसको अनलिंक करना रहता है बार बार। मतलब तेरे को समझाता हूँ मैं, रुकना। ऐसा स्ट्रीम पर समझेगा नहीं तो। चलो यहाँ से अभी इसको बंद करते हैं, यहाँ तो चालू करते हैं। मतलब ना मिहोयो है ना, उस पर लॉगिन कर ले जो अकाउंट तूने लॉगिन किया पीएस में, और वहाँ जाके ना अनलिंक कर दे उसको पीएस अकाउंट। फिर बाद में जो अकाउंट लॉगिन करना वो अकाउंट डाल दे पीएस में। फिर वो अकाउंट को लॉगिन करना तो अपना मिहोयो का ऐप आता है ना मोबाइल में, उससे तो कर ले सकता है बार बार। 2000 मीटर। अरे अब भी तो यहाँ से गया मैं, अब भी तो यहीं का दिखाया क्वेस्ट, अब यहाँ का दिखा रहा है। कोई दो आईडी बनाने की जरूरत नहीं है, एक ही आईडी यूज कर ले। वेडनेसडे को कब लाइव आओगे? मैं सोच रहा हूँ वेडनेसडे को सुबह आओ या फिर 2 बजे आओ। ट्यूसडे को आ रही है ना कि वेडनेसडे को आ रही है? ओएल ऐप था, हाँ ओएल ऐप का अपना ऐप डाल ले मोबाइल में और उसमें सब अकाउंट लॉगिन करके रख ले। जब जो अकाउंट खेला रहेगा ना वो अकाउंट को स्विच करके और पुराने वाले अकाउंट को अनलिंक कर देने का। अठारह को आ रही है ना? अच्छा
Navia mentioned that she stayed in touch with Linny and the others after working together. Apparently, they've been at the
रुको यार,
docks
मैं सुसु
distributing
करके आया।
these
काफी
strange
देर से मैं
pockets
रुका
the
हूँ
whole
सुसु
time
लेके।
since.
रुको, मैं आया सुसु करके।
Traveler, Paimon. Ah, and Miss Charlotte, too.
Would you like a magic pocket?
What sort of gadget is it?
It's a wondrous bag that can be used to carry many things. The water level has returned to normal, but if you see any of your things floating around, you can use this to carry them. Or you could trick a friend into doing it for you.
Trick a friend? I wonder which of my friends would fall for that.
You could just make a friend like Fremine here. Isn't that right, Fremine?
Is this what you meant by, I'll help you make some more friends?
To be honest, that sounds pretty sweet. Could I have your contact, please?
Sure. Please, write down my address.
Lynette sure is working hard to help Fremine socialize.
He was the one who proposed doing this. He even wants to assist in our magic shows.
Yes, I was planning to first introduce...
That said, would anyone want to see a diver escape underwater?
Oh, it'll work out. Every journey begins with the first step. He'll become a part of our show eventually.
Lynette, could you come over? Miss Charlotte says she wants to take a picture of us.
Got it.
My, that Charlotte is rather perceptive. She got rid of everyone the moment she realized I had something to say to you. So, how have things been, Traveler? Father says that you did a great deal during the latest events. After Lady...
A diplomatic...
Yes, it could have been done as an Furthermore, I would agree. I suspect you'll...
But back to the...
They say that he's returned to Snesh...
That's true. When you think about it, we've had loads of...
So shocked by such a simple switching of sides?
Father.
Father क्यों बोलते हैं?
Well, what do you know?
Are you going to take the gnosis?
That is our duty. Don't be too switching my masks. Well, that depends on many things. As for you, I very much look forward to our next collaboration. Good things cannot be achieved alone, and you've proved yourselves to be great partners. A vision.
And that's a wrap for me. Huh?
Greetings, Miss Journalist. That is correct. So forgive me, but I will not be able to serve as a subject in your article. However, feel free to write as much as you'd like. The sea breeze is quite pleasant.
Farewell, Father.
Oh, she has such an intimidating presence. I didn't even dare to take a picture. Thankfully, I've already wrapped up all my pre-skip.
Don't be too nervous. Why don't you take a magic pocket before you go? Here, Traveler, Paimon.
You two move things about?
That's right. I guess this must be... All right, then. We'll be handing out pockets in some other districts later, so we'll get going now. Have a good day, you two.
Well, guess we sent Charlotte off. Shall we go see what Neverlette's doing? As long as he's not so busy doesn't have time to chat anyway.
भैया खत्म नहीं हो रहा रे. ये खत्म काहे नहीं हो रहा? कितनी दूर इधर जाना है भैया? न्यूलेट के इधर. पेरू. हाँ पेरू बोलते. पेरू रे. हाँ वर्ल्ड क्वेस्ट ले ले भाई. वर्ल्ड क्वेस्ट ले लो. चालू भी हो गया बिना लिए. कल ट्राई करता हूँ मैं फिर. हाँ कल ट्राई कर लेना ना. आपने कहा दिखा ये. अरे मैं दिखाता भी तेरे को. रुक ना मैं डिस्कॉर्ड पे करके भी दिखाऊंगा तेरे को कैसा करना है क्या नहीं. उधर रखते उधर जाते उधर रहते. हेलो नहीं तो पहला मालूम पड़ा बाद में भूल जाऊंगा. अभी तक हुआ नहीं है भाई खत्म. आपको कैसे पता चला? अरे मैंने ट्राई किया वैसा करने का. तुमने ट्राई किया तो हो गया. मैं बोला वाह. मैंने ट्राई किया वैसा और हो गया. बोला सही है फिर तो हो रहा है.
The entrance to the fortress! Ooh, he really is there!
तुमने गॉड ऑफ वॉर में रिवाइव ढूंढ नहीं पाया ना. मैंने ढूंढ के दिखाया ना. अब ये भी ढूंढ के दिखा दिया. चार्जिंग कितनी है भाई? 2% चलेगा.
So, you really are here, Neverland? Paimon didn't think you were going to have free time this hour of the day.
Really? Oh, I suppose. In any case, you came.
All right, let's have... Whoa. So that's what Fussalor just... But Paimon still doesn't quite get what you...
For me, the Fontanians were incomplete human, but so long as, in other words, when
Fussalor must have counted on... Yeah! And...
it seems from your expressions that you still have more things you wish to ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
Hey, when we spoke, we guessed that there...
So regarding this specific issue, I would... In truth, I exchanged some further words with that lady named Skrik after sending you two back to the surface. It went something like this.
खत्म हो जा रहे मेरे लाल.
Well, we're going to head top...
What next?
The all-devouring narwhal isn't here, so I'm no longer getting any interference. I can finally catch the scent of your power, what it's made of. It is the authority of the planet's primordial dragons, but with something very similar to a god's curse mixed in. It's quite a novel blend. I'm sure I've encountered something like this before. What was it again?
I do not know what you speak of.
Of course. How could I forget? You should have the remains of the third descender on your person, yes?
Remains? I've never heard of any such thing.
According to your parlance, I believe it may be called a gnosis.
Well, that much is true. After Fussalor's divinity faded, she handed her gnosis to me. But I fear I have never heard of it described in the manner that you just did.
I've been training with my master, the Fowl, ever since I was young, and I have never returned to the surface since. So most of the information I possess, I got from him. It is only natural for those who are greater than humanity to possess a different sort of common sense, which is why there are so many problems in our attempts to communicate with humans. Regardless, you should probably get rid of objects of misfortune to prevent any disasters from befalling you. To live in itself is a blessing. But once a person dies, the bonds he once had with this world shall all turn to curses.
What do you mean by that?
No need to fret. These are just my personal thoughts, and my reason for no longer wishing to return to the surface.
This third descender you refer to, who are they? And when did they die?
Master never mentioned them to me. Perhaps it just wasn't that important for me to know. If you're interested, though, I could ask him. I'll be sure to pass the answer on to you next time.
Next time? You believe we will meet again?
I do. Wait.
तो अब समझा नेवनेट का कनेक्शन तो दिखाया ट्रेलर में.
He can be the messenger.
नेवनेट का कनेक्शन इसलिए दिखाया ट्रेलर में. ये कनेक्शन है भाई. नेक्स्ट टाइम जो मिलने का है.
That's what she told me.
The remains of... So that's what...
All the same as...
And she said that...
If she speaks the truth... I guess that you might already be familiar with his... That means that the note...
Like... No, comparing the Traveler to the... That's what you said.
I too believe it unwise to make too many...
इसीलिए वो मतलब ट्रेलर में इसको दिखाया गया है फुरीना को भी और इसको भी.
Yes. All of Focalor's efforts were for this moment as well.
But she sacrificed herself in the end as a god, and she suffered.
I suppose that would be the mystery. I suspect not. But once in a while, I too would guess that if with life flow and what ultimate...
पूरे 2.25 घंटे में खत्म हुआ. अभी बाकी है. Go to Sameru Adventure Guild of the Catherine. ओके. समेरू का तो अबे समेरू का क्यों दिखा रहा है? समेरू क्यों जाना है? हाँ फाइनली डेंसलिफ. डेंसलिफ को भी दिखाया गया है.
Perfect. It's you two. I have a commission here that has your names written all over it. In fact,
the only ones for the job.
All it asks us to do is to find the missing person.
Huh?
I came across this commission while it seems simple, but our records in with the reputation of the Adventurers Guild.
Well, that's us for sure.
If it proves to be beyond your...
Okay, so...
This commission was jointly but the problem is...
they're all from the same village, but they don't even know his name?
Bedtime story वाला quest.
It's unlikely. So, besides, putting up in any case...
Alright then, let's go! Paimon start...
जी यहाँ कैसे भाई? अब मैंने खत्म कर दिया था. अरे हटना भाई. ओह, ये बाकी है? तो कल करेंगे ना. इसमें लेकिन प्रीमोस नहीं मिलेंगे ना. वो नहीं मिलेगा ना फेथ. इसमें फेथ नहीं मिलेगा ना. ये फ्री वाला नहीं मिलेगा ना. मिलेगा तो करेंगे जरूर भाई. अच्छा है वो क्वेस्ट. कितने जमा हो गए भाई? कितना जमा? कुछ हुआ भी है? 940 प्लस 2. ठीक है, 940 प्लस 2। और मेरा इसमें कितना पूल है अभी तक पता ही नहीं चला भाई। फिर 50 के बाद नो रिकॉर्ड क्यों बता रहा है? पचास के बाद नो रिकॉर्ड क्यों बता रहा है ये? अरे कैथरीन से वो ले लो। डर मत बेटा, डर मत, डर
Ad
मत।
Astra Abyssosk.
परमिशन दे मेरे को पहले।
Thank you for completing. Ad Astra Ab.
शायद 1 साल पहले किया होगा आपने, इसीलिए है? नहीं यार, 1 साल तो नहीं हुआ। 1 साल नहीं हुआ रे। तो लिया। उसके बाद का नहीं दिखता। अरे नहीं यार, ऐसा नहीं हो सकता, ऐसा नहीं हो सकता, नहीं। भाई मेरे को इलेक्ट्रो का पैसे नहीं मिल रहा है। नहीं मिल रहा है कोई पीस। कल दोपहर को आ रहे हैं आप? कल संडे है ना, कल कोई भी टाइम आएंगे ना। कल मैंने लिखा है ना, मंडे टू सैटरडे तक का सेम टाइम रहेगा, खाली संडे को फैमिली टाइम रहेगा ना। तो कल कभी भी आऊँगा, कोई भरोसा नहीं, पर आऊँगा ज़रूर। हो सकता है 2 बजे सेम टाइम पे आ जाओ। अगर बच्ची लोग को घुमाना है तो, बच्ची को घुमाना नहीं रहा तो आ जाएंगे अपन सेम टाइम। मैं बहुत गंदे गंदे पीस मिल रहे यार, क्या बोले, एक मिला। ओह बढ़िया 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 बढ़िया। ये वाला पूरा डाल देता, अनलॉक कैसे कर? लेट्स डू इट। डांस करे। हाय शॉट ऑफ ब्लड, वेलकम टू स्ट्रीम भाई। बड़े दिनों बाद, क्या हाल है? कसम चप्पल का है जी। इससे अच्छा तो वही पीसता यार। अबे इससे अच्छा तो वही पीसता भाई। पैर पे चप्पल मार लिया मैंने, पैर पे चप्पल मार लिया मैंने सच्ची। इससे बढ़िया तो वही पीसता है। अबे यार क्या कर लिया मैंने, उसके पैर पे कुल्हाड़ी मार के ले ली मैंने। अबे यार मैंने बहुत बड़ी कुल्हाड़ी मार ली खुद के ऊपर। अरे नहीं ना यार, एक और पीस है पर इसमें खाली क्रिट डैमेज ही है। नहीं नहीं नहीं, लग गए मेरे, लग गए लग गए लग गए लग गए लग गए लग गए लग गए। कुछ भी ले ले बेटा, तेरे लिए ये। खुश हो जा, इतने में तो खुश हो जा। बे यार कभी कभार गेंशिन वाला ना बहुत ज्यादा मूड खराब कर देता है यार सच्ची। यार लाइक कर दो भाई, ये लोग देख रहे हो। चलो वेदरिंग वे टाइम, वेदरिंग वे भैया, वेदरिंग वे। योर गेम ग्रुप फ्री स्पेस ओपन, स्पेस ओपन मतलब अच्छा ज्वाइन कराने का। नहीं मैं इसमें कल हारा, इसको नहीं खेलूंगा। इसमें कल हारा हूँ यार। एक पुल करूंगा निकल जाएगी, देखना। एक पुल, एक पुल करूंगा निकल जाएगी। इसमें हर टाइम अपडेट मैंने निकाल लिया। ठीक है कोई बात नहीं, भी निकाल लेंगे। नया एरिया पूरा बाकी है, अगर मैं करने गया तो निकल ही जाएगा। और वहाँ स्क्रिक के लिए फार्म करूँ, इधर इसके लिए फार्म करूँ, क्या क्या करूँ मैं। अरे यार बहुत झमेला कसम से। ये दो पुल मिला रे। देखो निकल गई। ये गोल्ड। ना 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 कितनी की पीटी हुई, वैसे कितनी पीटी पे हारा था मेरे को पता ही नहीं। ये तो वेपन का है ना। वेपन की पीटी कहाँ देख रहा हूँ? अरे इधर चल। सारी पीटी मिल रही है मैं अभी तक। चार की पीटी में क्या तोड़ लूंगा मैं।
I wonder how Cantarella's doing.
We can call her if you're worried.
Wait, I'm not ready yet.
Ever the early riser? Did you call to say
हाँ
good morning?
ट्रैवलिंग के लिए बहुत कुछ दिया है इसमें।
Good morning.
Ah, is something the matter, Cartathea?
I just wanted to know how you're doing.
Ah, so you do care. Good to know my efforts weren't wasted.
She hung up. Was that meant as encouragement?
Everyone shows kindness in their own way.
Over there. That's Haltia.
That painting.
ये बहुत सा लगता है।
Cadanto.
Cadanto ये क्या है बे?
He's not who you think he is. I sense your weakness. The hour is upon us.
इधर क्या हो?
Let's finish rebuilding the waterway.
Identical to the last one, but we have to remove the shackles.
इन्हें तो है ना ये बता ये गेम खेलना पड़ रहा है इसमें आईना आईना
Bound by obsession till relieved of duty. Oh, Cadento, won't you let go?
Has come.
I'm going to break the chains.
Wait, I have an idea.
भागा था
Impressive.
Same as before.
Watch out!
Bad timing. The hour is upon us. No hesitation. I sense your weakness. Moment of resonance.
मैं अकेला आया आपने दो लोग को लाया 4 लोग को लेके आएगा मेरे को पता है
Leave it.
मेरे को मालूम था 4 लोग को लेके आएगा
It's coming back faster each time. No. Keep it together. The end has come. Striking from the shadows. It's the end.
मर गया अब मैंने लाइफ पे ध्यान ही नहीं दिया वाह
Leave it to me. It's coming back faster each time. I sense your weakness. No hesitation. Keep it together. The hour is upon us.
मैंने लाइफ पे ध्यान ही दिया लॉक ऑन करना नहीं आता जीचा अरे मैं ध्यान हट जाता मेरे को भी आदत नहीं है ना इसको खेलने की आदत नहीं है ना खेलने की यार आदत पड़ जाएगी तो सही होने लग जाएगा ना रे एक बार आदत पड़ने दो 4 लोग को लाया, अभी लगता 8 लोग को लेके आएगा। डबल पे डबल कर रहा हूँ।
Leave it to me.
अभी अकेला है फिर से। नहीं, इस बार हद के साथ है।
The end has come. Strike from the shadows. Moment of resonance. I sense your weakness.
Does that mean he's finally been freed?
Now we can smash that statue back in.
The morph painting over there should allow us to reach the highest point.
ये क्या भाई, ये विधि किसने? यार ये आ गया मच्छी से चला चला के।
Did you know that echo well?
Kadanto was my first echo after I joined the Order. When I stood against the Thronodian, he took a mortal blow meant for me and fell to the dark tide. I never thought he'd come back as a tacit discord.
But he still recognized this sword, and was still trying to protect it.
Haltier was my saber. I practiced with it often in sparring sessions with Kadanto. Looks like he's still trapped in the past, doesn't it?
मच्छियाँ चला चला के तंग है।
Wind guide me. We must finish this and free Kadanto.
He's back again.
फिर आया। पटंटो, तेरी माँ की पटंटो ले। डरा रहा तलवार दिखा के डरा रहा। मूव चेंज कर दिया। पहले बोलना।
Has come. I sense your weakness. Striking from the shadows.
इधर भाग रहा है। क्या मूव करेगा? बाबा अभी भी जान है।
Yeah, he's a tough cookie. I want to eat. Huh?
I'll handle this.
Please, allow him to fight at your side.
ये इलेक्ट्रो डैमेज बोनस वाला बंदा है। अल्लाह मिला इफेक्ट। जैनी से ट्रेनिंग लेके आया है कनंगल। हाँ भाई कितनी तलवार है भाई। वाह सर तेड़ा हो रहा।
Someone must expose.
अरे भाई ये मिरर मिरर वाला खेल खत्म करो। कब खत्म होगा? कल से कर रहा हूँ, आज तक खत्म ही नहीं हुआ। कल से कर रहा हूँ, अभी तक खत्म ही नहीं हुआ। फिर मच्छी चलाएगा तो बहुत मारूंगा। मच्छी तक आ गया मैं।
Seems like I won't get a chance to apologize to Cantarella. Her preparations were futile. Please, tell her I'm sorry.
ऐसी मच्छी भी है जो स्लो चलती है।
This was where everything started.
I can't hold it any longer.
क्या कर रहा है?
Why are you doing this? Neither Cartathea nor Fladalise should continue to exist.
Into the chat, right?
Don't go.
I heard your request. But I prefer to handle this my way.
हाइट सीन है क्या? तो कोई फाइट सीन है तो मजा आएगी। ओ भाई
Not even whole, yet still ever so determined.
Cantarella.
Phone brought me here.
ये है ना
I'd have
कत्ती
shown
वाली.
myself earlier. But it didn't seem like the right time to interrupt. Looks like what I prepared could still be put to good use.
क्या दिखा रहे? तलवार दिखा रहे, कुछ और दिखा रहे लोग.
Turvin.
The Sentinel's sword. It will help you resist the Threnodian's attack.
कोई भी गेम ये खेलेगा तलवार पर ध्यान जाएगा ही नहीं उसका.
What's inside?
कुपरो गेम वाले के इरादे अच्छे नहीं लग रहे. हाँ भाई बात सही बोल रहा है.
To pass the divine
लेकिन जिस
trials,
तरीके
every
से
potential
पब्लिक का
maiden
ध्यान
must
तलवार पर
resonate with
जाएगा
the
ही नहीं.
Sentinel through Turvin. Those who survive receive fragments of truth, but at a cost. Memories lost in varying degrees. The lost memories. Turvin absorbs this energy.
देख रहे हो कितना क्लोजअप लेके जा रहा है, कितना क्लोजअप लेके जा रहा है वो.
The Sentinel's energy flows through you. You are more than worthy of wielding this sword.
मैं अंधा, मुझे कुछ नहीं दिख रहा है. तलवार नहीं दिख रही ना मेरे को मालूम है.
Kahaseaate, you alone must... No, my sacrifice was used up long ago. At the time I resonated with the Sentinel, I saw you through their distorted eyes. Or rather, I saw Fleur-de-Lis. In that moment, I made a sacrifice that would shift the balance.
Was it?
The energy, I split it from myself. Only by doing this. The real. But there is no reason why. A person of truth, both you and I were.
चलो चलो स्किप करते हैं. बहुत देख लिया, बहुत देख लिया, मूड खराब हो रहा है.
Abby?
Yeah. Yep, I get it. We're gonna yoink Leviathan out.
महंगा है, स्किप कीजिए. ये कौन है बे? हाँ? इसका अदर वर्जन है क्या?
Come to me, mighty god killer.
ये कौन है भाई? अबे ये पास बुला रही है।
One more time.
Divine grace.
Keep it together. Last chance.
You are much weaker.
I'm here to save you!
End me, or I will end you.
ये क्या सीन था भाई?
You would betray yourself.
No! This is not betrayal!
तुमने देख लिया?
A person of true character should never be defined by an inanimate blade. Both you and I were cursed to be mere playthings of the Threnodian. But that doesn't mean we cannot reshape our fate.
In the end, no matter what anyone else says, as long as you stay true to yourself, everything will be all right.
This is me being true to myself!
You know भाई चैट नहीं कर रहे हो, इससे तुम्हारा टाइम तो हो गया।
Imperators? No. Your own power? Useless.
As long as I can save the person in front of me, I am not useless! No retreat!
Hello, my face. Bye.
At least break, damn it!
मेरे को वो कैरेक्टर थी जो ऊपर है, जो ऊपर है वो वाली कैरेक्टर चाहिए मेरे को, ये डुप्लीकेट नहीं चाहिए। दोनों से ना 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 तू गलती कर रहा, दोनों सेम नहीं है। तू अभी भी देख ले, जरा गौर से देख ले, दोनों सेम नहीं है।
I tried everything. How could this be? Again, I failed. I'm sorry.
अल्टीमेट यूज करने के बाद बड़ी हो जाती है। ना 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 तू पहले देख, गौर से देख, खुद दिखेगा तेरे को।
This warm light must not fade. Take my power, my blessings, my past. Seek out a future where I am your blade. We'll find it together. Righteous one.
दिखा दिखा दिखा, कुछ कुछ दिखा, नोटिस किया किसी ने? कर लिया, ऑब्जर्व कर लिया भाई। ऑलमोस्ट सेम ना, मैं तो गलत अभी भी।
I am the tempest.
क्या कर रहा हूँ मैं बटन?
Wind howls, unfettered by bounds. Wind's breath, swift and resolute. The hour is upon us. None shall whisper. Swift and resolute. Wind calls, waves follow. Wind be my blade. The wicked. Waves rise. Judgment strikes. Swift and resolute. Wind call. Waves follow. The wicked will face judgment. Whirl and water. Down with the curtain. Swift and resolute. Moment of resonance. Wind call. Waves. I am the tempest.
इसको फर्क ही नहीं पड़ रहा है। ये चीटिंग किधर किधर है?
The wicked will face. Waves rise. Judgment.
हाँ, मैं समझ गया रोवर गायब है। ना ना ना, तो अभी नहीं समझा भाई। क्या तुम लोग बनेंगे रे? टर्की पिता थी वो ऑफलाइन फार्म कर रहा है गेंशिन में। यहाँ सो गए होंगे। अरे अभी भी फार्म चालू होगा। ओ मैं समझ गया। वाह भाई वाह। डिफरेंस है ना, सेम कैरेक्टर मत बोलो। मैं मुंह में मार दी क्या तलवार? माय एंड दिखा 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 दिखा, देखो भी क्लियर दिख रहा है। पपिया ले रही क्या भाई? अच्छा नहीं।
Well done. Seek out a future where I am your blade. We'll find it together.
फाड़ दिया पापी। ओ भाई सीन यार सीन। अच्छा वो मेल रोवर नहीं है। अरे यही तो दुख है मेरे को। मैं चेंज कर सकता हूँ।
Frequency in her body is already.
अब भी कर देता हूँ। मेन कैरेक्टर देखना है।
Despair
रुको
not,
रुको रुको, तुम लोग पहले बोला था।
for all is not lost. Arbiter, forgive me for meeting thee in such
चले
a
घोड़े,
thing.
समझ गया मैं। तू यहाँ का सेंटिनल है, मालूम पड़ गया।
Kahaseaate, awaken.
You are.
अरे सुन लो चिचा, टाइम देख रहा है, टाइम।
I am Imperator, a being that owes you a great debt. I have a question I wish to ask thee.
सॉरी पौने दो लॉर्ड था इसमें। अरे अभी फिलहाल मैं प्रीमोस के चक्कर में हूँ।
Dost thou rage at how life has unfolded? Dost thou renounce faith or hold resentment?
भैया हर एंगल से दिखा रहा है।
If thou wishest to forget, I can erase the past from thy memory.
Such memories do bring me pain, but that is evidence of their truth. Without the truth, I would not have had the strength to carry on. The truth is a beacon in the maelstrom of my life. And I would rather suffer for it and rejoice in it than abandon it to blissful ignorance. I am true to myself. Please, don't make me forget who I am.
I have heard thy wish.
If I go, you will be one step closer to perfection.
कौन बोला सेम है?
If you do that, I wouldn't be me. To deny my own self and my experiences means any perfection I reach will be hollow. I would be heartless.
Thou hast need of divinity no longer. Though my power hath waned, I now offer thee my blessings.
देख लो।
Let the winds of the past depart. The ships of this new era no longer need their guidance. Though the tide's rage is endless,
अच्छा अब मैं भी समझ गया।
new voyages.
समझ गया?
No longer shall
जल्दी
scroll
समझा
and
बोल।
prophecy bind, but thy will shall forge a new era. Kahaseaate, thou art worthy to bear the title of Blessed Maiden.
सही है। चलो देर से सही, समझे तो सही। चल भैया, बस 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 बस। हाँ, एक पुल करना है।
The one who defies hath banished herself to the high tower, cleansing the remnants of the dark tide. Yet she knew not that the dark tide would never recede. She shall prove the most loyal servant to divinity.
You are wrong! Humanity has its flaws, and you've exploited our weaknesses. But we shall not go down without a fight!
You You are no longer whole. You are not the perfect creation I conceived. How long shall thy resolve endure?
The righteous will always rise to defeat evil. I will defeat you, and await my own defeat. Whoever it is, the tide of resistance never ceases. False divinity, suffer my disobedience! I cannot fall now. No wall is impregnable. Humanity has its flaws, exploited by the Threnodian. But we shall not go down without a fight.
Primordial थी, देख रहे हो?
Waves of resistance shall never cease. Mankind will not be oppressed by the Threnodian.
गेंशिन अब इसके आसपास भी नहीं. हाँ बात तो सही बोल रहे हो. तो गेंशिन अभी इसके आसपास भी नहीं. पहले स्टोरी में पीछे था. अब नहीं है. हाँ वही तो अब नहीं रहा भाई. बहुत बढ़िया स्टोरी बना रहा है.
Light, come hither. Make way for your destroyer. Come to me. Mighty God Killer.
फिर से आ गई. पुल मिला रे. अच्छा हाँ कैरेक्टर चेंज. मेल कर दिया मैंने. इसमें ये भी ऑप्शन अच्छा दिया है कि तुमने एक बार जो चूज कर लिया उसको चेंज भी कर सकते हो 24 घंटे में. अब थोड़ा स्क्रीन दिखाएगा ना. अच्छा
Righteous one, please keep what happened between us. Yes, I'm fine. I know what I want to do now. I want to surpass you.
टावर ऑफ फैंटेसी कॉम्बैट में इससे भी अच्छा है.
You're strong. Stronger than me. You could defy my wishes, ignore my pleas, defeat me, and in the end save me. But if one day you find yourself in a similar predicament to mine, who's going to save you? Your bond with the Sentinel is now a bond with me. You were their arbiter, and they were your helper. But I want to go beyond that. I want to be more than someone who works on trifles, like harmonizing the frequencies between you and Abby.
नहीं मोबाइल पर नहीं है. टावर ऑफ फैंटेसी पीसी में भी है ना.
Hey, I'm more than a trifle. Wait.
Should the day come when you find yourself in a similar predicament to mine, I'd need to defy your wishes,
मैं खेला भी हूँ टावर ऑफ
ignore your
फैंटेसी.
pleas,
स्ट्रीम भी किया था
defeat
मैंने.
you, and be your savior.
यार आज 15 लाइक भी नहीं है.
If that were to ever happen, wouldn't I need great power to set you right? Just like how you set me right. Would you deny me? Then I shall not rest until I have surpassed.
Right now, you're less a blessed maiden and more a steely knight.
Well, my one creed is to be true to myself. In that sense, I am rather headstrong. A knight. Yes, perhaps all, but truthfully, so much of this world. Then it is one last thing. You should speak with Cantarella. I can sense she made it out of the sonorosphere safely. I'll go later.
इसमें फूल नहीं देता ना, मैं एक में 100 विश दे देता है, 100 खाली प्रीमोस देता है, विशेष नहीं देता इसके अंदर।
Can you keep up?
ढीलुक भाई इसको सारे एंगल से देखना चाहेंगे। मेरे को ढीलुक भाई एक चीज दिखाता, तुम भी क्या आता है तुझे? जीन क्या काम करेगी इसके सामने? डांसर इधर भी है। अगर वहां जाऊं कैसा भाई?
So you haven't forgotten me.
कैसे भूल सकता है कोई तेरे को रे?
I shouldn't put my guest on the spot. Moving on. How is Kahaseaate?
She needs time.
Understandable. Her transition back to mortal life is a drastic depart. Now, I suppose I should thank you.
What's this?
Blood Pact's pledge. A symbol of the unbreakable pact between you and the Phasalia family. Each head of the family is entitled to one, and only one. You vanquished the Threnodian and brought peace at last to the Phasalias. You should have it. Consider this a token of gratitude.
Is that the only one?
You wish for more? Or is you ask that I step down? Only a Phasalia by blood is eligible to head the family. But I could make you a Phasalia consort. Is that a proposal? You missed your chance.
भैया पूरी चांस चल रहा है।
Before I forget, Imperator left a message.
Tell me.
साइलेंट
I'm
स्टोरी
ready.
हो गई है सागेंशिन में। हाँ वो तो है, ये गेम खेलते किसी ने देख लिया ना घर में फ्लाइंग चप्पल
From
पड़ेगी
this day
मुझे।
forth, you are free.
I'll remember that.
अबे वो इसको क्लोजअप कितना लिया देखो ना, कितना कितना क्लोजअप दिखा, उसको पता है पब्लिक यहीं पर जाने वाली।
Will you tell the others?
I've spent so long preparing for this day. A few more will hardly make a difference.
I'll take my leave then.
More tea before you go.
Okay, hello. Quest complete होगा, कुछ तो दिया होगा।
That felt like a strong energy fluctuation from
चलो
Cardathea
मिल गए
Sonoro,
भाई।
the inverted tower. Her frequency is unstable. I should go check on her.
अबे और कुछ नहीं मिला, बस इतना ही सब। कुछ मिलना चाहिए था नहीं, फिल्म प्रेमिस नीचे मिला, वाला मिला, कुछ ढंग का नहीं मिला। अबे विशेष नहीं मिलते ना इसमें। आया कुछ 80 प्रीमस। स्वीडन के वासी, हाँ भाई स्वीडन का टाइम बता रहे हमें। क्या 2 पुल जमा हो पाए? देखते हैं। ओके 2 पुल हो गए, मार के देखते हैं भाई। 2 पुल वेदरिंग में मस्त है। अरे भाई बहुत अच्छा है वेदरिंग में। नहीं मिल रहा भैया हमको पुल, हमको पुल नहीं मिल रहा भैया, हमको पुल नहीं मिल रहा। चले तो चलो। क्या बोलो, अभी गेम नहीं चेंज कर सकता, इसके लिए भी नहीं, इसके लिए भी नहीं, सॉरी इस कैरेक्टर के लिए नहीं गेम चेंज कर सकता। तो भाई तू बहुत मिस कर दिया।
Why not savor this? Surge of deep tides. Pull from the abyss. Riptides claim you.
देख भाई देख, एंगल देख भाई, क्या कैरेक्टर है भाई। क्या बना है इस कैरेक्टर? इससे पहले भाई इतने बेकार बेकार सीन दिखाए इसके अंदर। भाई ये गेम क्या करना चाहता है समझ में नहीं आता मेरे को। तलवार ऐसी पकड़वा रहा है जैसे भाई तलवार पे ध्यान ही ना जाए इंसान का। गलत जगह। अबे यार कितने बज गए? अबे 2 बज गए गाइस। चलो 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 गाइस 2 बज गए 2 बज गए। अभी चलते हैं ना, चलते हैं, बहुत टाइम हो गया। मिलते हैं भाई कल की स्ट्रीम पे। कल संडे है तो कल मेरा टाइमिंग फिक्स नहीं रहेगा गाइस। मैंने पहले ही आप लोग को इन्फॉर्म कर दिया कि सैटरडे मंडे टू सैटरडे सेम टाइम रहेगा। बस संडे को थोड़ा फैमिली को भी टाइम देना है ना। चलो चलते हैं गाइस, बाय बाय। एंड वंस अगेन गाइस थैंक यू फॉर लाइक्स गाइस, शुक्रिया इतनी लाइक्स के लिए। एंड थैंक यू फॉर स्ट्रीम इतनी देर तक देखने के लिए यार। बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया आप लोग का यार, इतना सपोर्ट कर रहे हो, बहुत देर तक देख रहे हो यार। इफ विन meet us together वाह। बाय टेक केयर, गुड नाइट, स्वीट ड्रीम, अलविदा। अरे किनेश भाई कल मिलेंगे फिर से, डोंट से अलविदा।
It tastes good.
लेकिन बांटो सबको। वाह 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 वाह। आज पहली बार सोया नहीं रात को स्ट्रीम देखते देखते। मेरे को मालूम है क्यों नहीं सर, तुमको नींद आ गई थी, बस ये दिख गया तुमको, मेरे को पता है। इसको देख कर ही तुमने नजर चेंज कर ली, आंखें खुल गई तुम्हारी।
Feel the tide pull.
देख 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 देख। अब क्या एक्टिंग की है भाई इसने, देख इसका
blink.
देख मूवमेंट, देखो इसका मूवमेंट। सही में ये गेम वाला पागल है।
Silence.
तो बेटो बोलती है बंद कर। अच्छा बंद करता हूँ। चलो गाइस गुड नाइट, एफ बाय, गुड नाइट नीलोक बाय। हाँ तेरे को तो मस्ती लगेंगे। चलो गाइस मिलते हैं भाई। ओपी गेम जाने से पहला एक सीन दिखा के चलो, देखना है।
Surge of deep tides. Caresses of the waves. Pull from the abyss.
चलो टेक केयर, सी यू गाइस। इसका ही ड्रीम आएगा तुम लोग को। डिजाइनर खो गया था अपनी दुनिया में भाई। जैसा भी बनाया इस गेम ने भाई, बहुत बहुत खतरनाक डिजाइन किया भाई इसने। हाय रेडिंग
थैंक्स।
चलो गुड नाइट गुड नाइट गुड नाइट गुड नाइट गाइस। थैंक यू फॉर वाचिंग गाइस। टेक केयर, स्वीट ड्रीम गाइस, बाय बाय।